Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now, quickly, as you know guys, I have a Minecraft survival series which I started about like at least 9 months ago, and as you can see I put it into a playlist, 28 episodes. Also got the Villager and Dragon Ball. I have a big battle roleplay series as well, 17 episodes. I ended that as well. But guys, now I want to do a summary of the series, and the summary of the series isn't going to be an ordinary summary. I'm actually going to do it how I do it in hardcore. So, as you know, people like the person which made it up is called Luke Denodable, whatever his name is, and the way they do it is, for example, day 1 I went and chopped wood, or day 3 I went into a cave and mined diamonds. I'm going to be doing it like this way. I don't know how many days my Minecraft survival after I ended it. I don't even know what day I was on, because in Bedrock Edition it doesn't tell you what day you're on, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, you guys can do the maths. I did play a lot off camera, but you guys can do the maths if you want of the time which I've done on camera and see how many days that was. I don't know. You can maybe go down to the comment area of my new channel, Dragon Ball Reviews, and tell me. By the way, subscribe to that. And yeah, also I'm almost at 150 subscribers, so hopefully we can get that soon. And yeah, so the way we're going to be doing it is, obviously, I'll say episode 1. I'll just do like the important stuff of survival, like, I don't know, chopping down wood and that sort of stuff. So I will be doing that. I think that will be good. So let's get started with this. First of all, on episode 1, I started as any usual Minecraft world, just chopping down woods and just making resources. I made a crafting table and started crafting some weapons. Also being such a bot at Minecraft because I can't craft for some reason. As you can see, I tried using the normal craft, and I just crafted a couple of sticks as starting off and that. And yeah, just doing the usual Minecraft stuff. Me being a bot at PS4 edition of Minecraft, or actually Bedrock edition. But yeah, I just made some basic tools, and yeah, went into the village and started mining some hay bales to get food. And a load of villagers were staring at me, sort of creepy. Went into the villager houses and just started raiding the houses one by one, collecting some of the beds as well. You know, I thought I wanted to get a nicer bed, and yeah, just getting food, looting chests. That's all I really did. Went down to get some coal, and for some reason I moved the camera and made it look even more worse. Back then I was terrible at angling the camera. At night time, I wanted to box some of the villagers up, and yeah, noticed there's a couple of zombies at the door, and it's just like a usual night. I just went to go kill the zombies, and then I went into the house and just boxed the room up and that, and yeah, that's basically what I did. I just wanted to catch some villagers. In the morning, I went down and found the abandoned mineshaft, which I knew there was, and I got attacked by a cave spider. Also, I did find some iron before I got down there, and yeah, I thought to myself, I'm not prepared for this, so I'm just going to go back up to the surface and get some, just start smelting some stuff. I'm sorry about the quality as well, it's not the best quality. Let me just zoom this in a bit, yeah. Because like the camera wasn't the best quality, and also the phone mixed in. But yeah, I just done some stuff. Later on, after I crafted a load of tools and armor, I went into the abandoned mineshaft, mined a lot of iron, and I found one of the luckiest books I ever found, Efficiency 4 and Flame, which Efficiency 4 would be used for my pickaxe in the future. As you can see, I had actually you can't see right now because of the quality, but I had over 40 bits of iron. I was getting stacked in loot in that mineshaft. It was going super well. As you can see, loot in the chest. I found a really good book. If you want to see my reactions, you have to watch the series, and yeah. At the end of the episode, I completed my iron set, got 4 set of iron armor, and that was the end of episode 1. Start of episode 2, I found an enderman, tried to kill him, but I sadly didn't get an ender pearl. Explored the mineshaft a bit more later on, found one more chest, but I didn't have too much in it. Then I decided to smelt all my iron up and do a bit of strip mining, and to my surprise, I managed to find one of the rarest veins of diamonds you can actually get, a 9 vein. As you can see, I'm mining along, just thinking, I'm gonna give up soon, you know, just do a bit of mining, just trying to find some diamondos, just the way Minecraft goes. And suddenly, I done the thing which you should do, mine ores, and they can be connected to diamonds, and it was a 9 vein. If you want to see how pretty these diamonds look like when they're mined, you have to watch the series. Later on, I boxed some more villagers up, and I found this amazing village, as you can see on screen. I decided that this is the place where I want to set up, and that is basically what I did. I replaced the doors with fence gates, just because I didn't want Tim the villagers to get out, because, you know, I had a thing about Tim the villager. And yeah, that's basically what I did. I just done like a bit of stuff, decided this is where I'm going to build my house, and yeah, that was the end of episode 2. Start of episode 3, I went back to the old village, which is near spawn, to go get my resources back so I can go back to the new village and start building my house. Yeah, as you can see, I'm just angling the camera, and you don't really need to see what I do, I just randomly chop up chests. When I was walking back, I fell down a hole and almost died on the 3rd episode, pretty sad. Later on, I went to gather a load of trees on camera, and I started building my house. As you can see, the first foundations of my house. My building didn't look that good just because I wasn't really trying to build. I don't know why, but build very good stuff. But I had to keep going backwards and forwards to go get a load of wood. This is quite an annoying episode, but when I finished my house, it was good. Well, I didn't finish it in this episode, but I got it close done. At the end of the episode, I'd done my entrance in my house, and I started digging out the floor inside, but I decided to replace the floor with cobblestone in the next episode. So this is basically what I did. This episode was just me building, so that's just me finishing my house. Yeah, at the end, as I said off camera, I do finish the floor out, just putting loads of the cobblestone in it. I started digging it on camera, but yeah, so that's the end of episode 3. Start of episode 3, I started to move all my stuff into my new house, as you can see. Putting the beds in, the chests in, all that stuff, which you don't really need to watch. Later on, I went to do some exploring and found a village. It didn't have too much in it. I hit one of the villages by mistake, but luckily the iron golem didn't know. Later on, I went to shore and I found a pillager outpost. Also, I found the stronghold village, which I knew where the stronghold was because I already played on the seed. But yeah, and as you see, as the sun set, that was the end of episode 4. At the start of episode 5, I couldn't sleep because of a load of zombies, and I went to go pour a load of lava on the zombies and try and kill them, because if I don't kill them, I can't go to sleep. Later on, I raid this stronghold village, get a load of food, because abandoned villages are good, and I went to dig down to the stronghold, and I found it. Yeah, I got a load of food, more food I ever got, like loads of wheat from the villager houses. It was like heaven, and I found the stronghold. I went down to the library and opened the chest and got a fortune free book. Sadly, there wasn't really much in the stronghold. I went up to the top level and found like 4 bits of paper. It wasn't the best. I went to the pillager outpost, didn't really find anything, and for some reason I jumped off the balcony and started getting chased by pillagers, but luckily at the end, I took them all out. And as I was getting chased by the pillagers, I found a desert temple. The desert temple had okay loot, but it wasn't a very good temple at all. As you can see, my inventory was getting full, so I decided to go home after going salmon chopping. The way I wanted to kill myself, because I had keep inventory, was just jumping off a pillar. Yeah, you don't really need to watch the rest. I made it back to my beautiful house after killing myself and spawning back at spawn. And I did put like a cauldron for decoration in, I think, was it the last episode or whatever. So I put the lava bucket in it to make it look a lot better, a bit more light. And that was the beginning of the faulty trapdoor on the pressure plate. But yeah, that's basically the end, really, of the episode. We can't forget the pain of trying to tame IKEA cat. I could not tame IKEA cat, so I got super mad. And at the end of the episode, I went to go do more fish, but I had no, because I could kill more salmon and that, but I had no time to go and tame the cat on camera, so I decided to tame the cat off camera. So that's basically the end of the episode. Didn't really do much, only trying to tame this cat, but that's the end of episode 5. Episode 6. So I already recorded episode 6, but I couldn't put the video on because of something happened. I couldn't put it on because some people said some rude stuff. So so sadly, I explained at the start of the video that I built another portal. I explored another fortress, which wasn't actually that good, and I also done some upgrades to my house. But luckily, there's a better nether fortress in the nether. So in today's episode, which is this episode, we will be going into the nether and raiding it, which doesn't go so well. Later on, I say that, I explained that I tamed IKEA cat off camera, show some of the details, Also, I went to go and enchant a diamond sword and got really bad enchants on it. I had an enchantment set up, and also I showed that off camera I put fortune 3 and unbreak and efficiency 4 on my diamond pickaxe, so I had that in the item frame. Yeah, I had. Sadly, it happens, the episode I couldn't actually put on, so I had to make another episode 6. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter. The Nether Fortress was bad. People do things off camera, like PewDiePie. He built an entire temple off camera, so I can't really feel bad. Later on, I went to the Nether Fortress. Couldn't really find the shelter section. Kept walking around, killing mobs. That's all I really did. Until I did find the shelter section of the Nether. I looted a couple of chests, but then, sadly, I died to a wither skeleton, which is because bedrock mechanics are quite bad. He never despawned, so I come back for revenge in a previous episode. But look, goodbye to my life. Later on, I enchant my sword, get sharpness 4, and I also tame a horse, which I eventually name Finn. Nothing really happens after this. I go to the village, try and do a bit of trading, but Lectum doesn't really work out. That's the end of episode 6. Start of episode 6, I show you some diamonds which I found off camera, and I mine them, and I also find some more diamonds. And yeah, also I made a mine off camera as well. Later on, I do some Enderman hunting, and I managed to get my first Ender Pearl of the series, as you can see. I almost died in this because I had no armor, but yeah, hello Enderman, get absolutely obliterated. Later on, I went to go get Baby Poopy with the flopper fish, and I went to also name him with a name tag. At the end of episode 6, I've just done a bit of mining, didn't really find much, and yeah, that was the end. Sorry, last episode was episode 7, by the way. At the start of episode 8, I go back to the Nether Fortress, and I get my revenge on that blooming wither skeleton. Hello, sir. It's absolutely obliterated. And yeah. Later on, I dealt with a mob party. There's mobs everywhere down this hall. And I found a load of diamonds and chests and sort of stuff. And yeah, I didn't really do too much. Just looted the fortress, killed a load of mobs. Got some chests, got some good loot. You have to watch the actual series to see what I got out of the chests. And yeah, and then I killed myself and went home. Later on, I do some Enderman hunting with Finn. I find an Enderman, and I also find a desert temple, which I get some pretty good loot out of. I dig into the temple, and don't step on the pressure plate, and I find a Fortune 2 book. It's not a fortune, no, Looting 2 book, by the way. I found some diamonds as well. And that, my friends, was the end of episode 8. Start of episode 9, I went to done a bit of mining, and I managed to find, are you ready? Some diamonds. Later on, I done some Enderman grinding with Finn, and I managed to get myself 2 Ender Pearls. Right now, I'm just stuck in a hole, but I'll just go and kill some Endermen. Later on, I started this farm in the last episode, but I finished it in this episode. And basically, I did this the whole episode nearly, just finishing up my farm, and I planted a few crops as well on it. Only a few, because I didn't have that much wheat. Seeds. Start of episode 10, episode 10? Yeah, episode 10. I went to go and farm my farm, and I get rudely interrupted by a phantom. I was going to build Baby Poopoo a farm, but I decided in this episode to prepare for a raid. So, I'm just doing stuff. I wanted to get a seed for Faggy, I think, and then suddenly I get attacked by the phantom. I kill it and get a phantom membrane. Later on, I went into the Nether to get some levels, mine some quartz to get some levels, so I could make my infinity bow. I went upstairs to go and enchant my bow, hoping I'll get something else, just as this infinity. I went to enchant it, and this is my live reaction.
Oh my god, it's disgusting. I just want to throw up in my mouth.
And as you heard, I was not happy. Anyway, let's see what else I do. I went also to go kill some of my cows, and and also a zombie really interrupted me, and I was just testing out my new bow, which by the way is awful. Later on, I made some diamond armor. I put some I had enough diamonds to make full diamond armor. I put some dud enchants on it, some just basic enchants, because I know that raids in Bedrock aren't that powerful. I made my way over to the pillager outpost, but I couldn't find it, so I forgot where it was, so I ended the episode and found it off camera. So that was the end of episode 10. The start of episode 11, I went to go and kill the pillager captain, and I ran to the village. The raid started, and it was off to a good start. I went to go and kill my first Ravager, which was just over here. Finn wanted to kill the Ravager. Oh, Finn. He dies in this episode, by the way. But as you can see, I'll start to beat the crap out of this thingy. The raid was almost over. I had a Vindicator and a Ravager to do the kill. And after I defeated the Ravager, it was it. The raid was completed. I went back to the village and tried to kill some cows. Didn't notice there was a creeper right there, and it blew up Finn and killed him. I went back home to try and get villager and some villagers to be librarians, but it wasn't working, so I gave up and went home, and I placed Baby Poopoo down to tell him the bad news about Finn, and it turns out I forgot I had thorns and Baby Poopoo died. I went to go get Baby Poopoo 2, and as you can see, Yeah, so that's basically the end of episode 11. It was a good episode and also a bad episode. Start of episode 12, I went to farm my farm and I found some pillager captain. I found a pillager patrol and I killed the one with the captain and I decided to do another raid. But I just killed the captain and got bad omen, and as you probably can see, this is kind of funny actually. The raid spawns right behind me. You need to watch this. When the bar goes up, the raid just spawns behind me. This raid, I actually do die in, but as you can see, you'll see in a minute, the raid just spawns right behind me. Just give it a minute. God. I forgot how slow things are, but look, it spawns right behind me. Later on, I kill a horde of pillagers who come towards me. And as you see, my health is pretty low. I went over getting all cocky with the Ravager, and this is what happens to me. I took out the last raider, and that was the end of the raid. At the end of the episode, I built Finn and Baby Poo Poo a memorial. Start of episode 13, I went to, what's it called? I went to kill an Enderman and got 2 Ender Pearls, and also I showed you some stuff which I did off camera. Off camera, I managed to get Tim the Villager to turn into a mending villager, and as you can see, I had a mending book. I made IKEA Cat a crummy looking house, a little like cat house inside of my house, and then I went into the Nether and I built another Nether portal to see where it would take me into the overworld. It only took me into a silly old ravine anyway. But later on, as you know, as you'll see in the next episode, I get a lucky spawn. In the next episode, which is episode 14, I got out of the ravine which I spawned in, and I noticed that I was in the desert, and later on, at the top of the hill, I noticed that there was a jungle nearby. I found the village and started raiding it. It didn't have the best loot, so I went to the jungle. In the jungle, there was a village, or like there was a plain. It was in a village next to a plain next to the jungle, and I looted the village houses, and they were pretty okay. Later on, I get a horse called Jungle Horse, and he got stuck in a little pit there, and sadly, I sort of knocked my stick by accident, and he sort of fell into the back of the ravine. I didn't die, but he did. He sort of saved my life. It was kind of sad. I was trapped in this ravine, and I was trying to get out. I couldn't really find much. I found like some lapis in that, and I didn't look at the camera, and the camera sort of cut out, so I didn't really do a outro. Start of episode 15, I found a jungle, and I'm not even joking. The loot I got out of it was absolutely amazing. I'm just joking. The loot I got out of it was garbage. Some of the worst loot I've ever had. Later on, I found a village, a desert village, sort of connected to the jungle, which was pretty cool. I found a couple of jungle villagers, and yeah, it was a pretty cool village. Later on, I went to the jungle temple and I looted it, and I'm pretty sure I got a couple of diamonds. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. If you want to know, you have to watch the episode. But I left the jungle temple, and yeah. For some reason, I go back to the exact same village. And afterwards, I went back to the exact same village. I went to a savannah village, which I'm in right now. And I started mining the houses. I started tearing them down for the terracotta, as you can see. And some of the banners. And that was the end, I think, was of episode 15. Episode 16, I left the savannah village and found an abandoned savannah village. And afterwards, I went to kill myself and got back home. When I got back home, I started to do some improvements on my house. And I also killed a pillager captain as well to get another banner. I relocated the Nether portal just behind the memorials, just so it looked a bit more better. After I improved my house, I went to the top of the little hill bit, and this is what it looked like in the end. I also extended the top of it, as you can see. This is what my house looks like now. At the end of the episode, I tamed a new horse called Joey, and that was the end of episode 16. Episode 17 was a very unlucky episode. I could not find any Enderman at all. Also, I tried to re-roll some of the villagers' trades, didn't go so well either. I started working on Baby Poo Poo's pond, and it was coming along nicely. Also, after this, I went to go do a load more Enderman grinding, but guess what? I couldn't find any. I was beginning to be a bit worried. Start of episode 18, I tell you that off camera, I found an Enderman finally and got 2 more Ender Pearls. I did not need any more Ender Pearls. And then for the rest of the episode, I was building Baby Poo Poo's pond. I built a very bad piston door, by the way, don't roast me. Later on, I filled in the roof with glass, put some lanterns in. Actually, the roof wasn't finished right now, but I've done some final touches to his pond, putting some glowstone in. And finally, I put Baby Poo Poo in. By the way, at the end of the episode, I'll show you this little spawner thing I built off camera in the nether. If you want to see it, you have to watch the series. Episode 19 was today. I mined some diamonds which I found off camera, and I started preparing for the Ender Dragon. Off camera, I started brewing some slow fauna potions, and I made another set of diamond armor. I put like a level 30 enchantment set with my chest plate, level 30 enchantment on my chest plate, and got thorns free. I basically went to the Ender Dragon with just plain diamond armor. Later on, I used Joey to ride to the stronghold when I had to swim across that giant blooming ocean. But then here I was at the end portal. I was nervous. It was time to defeat Mrs. Ender Dragon. It was the time. There I was about to jump in. It was time to defeat that mother freaking Ender Dragon. She was one ugly mother. I'm not going to say the rest. Here I was in the end. I started pillaring up to some of the end crystals, as you can see, and start shooting some of them. As you can see, first of all, I shot one, took a bit of damage, and yeah, as you can see, I had a lot to do. I'm not going to show you all of them. I'll show you a couple of shots here. I got one here. I got one over there. And this was an insane shot, by the way, but yeah. Later on, I went to the cage ones, take some of the cage crystals down, and I almost die here, but an Enderman saved my life. As you can see, I don't have a slow falling ran out, so I used a water bucket went down. I started going down, and guess what happened? An Ender Dragon hit me up in the air. I would have died, but the Enderman saved me and knocked me into water. Thanks, Enderman. You'll be remembered. Now it was time to take out the dragon. Finally, it was time to defeat the dragon. As you can see, he was low. It was only a matter of time until I would take him out. As you can see, he was flying up above there. And here we are, about to take the final couple of hits. And this was my reaction.
This is for all of my peeps. The Ender Dragon is defeated.
And that was my reaction, and I got the egg as well. When I got home, I put the egg on top of IKEA Cat's thing. Also, I enchanted a pickaxe and got an efficiency 4 pickaxe. And that was basically the end of the video. Episode 21, I done a bit of mining and found some diamonds. I was getting sick of Faggy, so I brought him down to the mines and locked him up away forever. I went to go put IKEA Cat with Baby Poo Poo because I was going to go exploring and I didn't want anything bad to happen to IKEA Cat while I was gone. So I said goodbye to my house and set off to explore. I find a village when I was exploring, and I find 4 diamonds in a chest. I was hyped. At the end of the episode, I just was about to sleep. At the end of the episode, I stood near a abandoned village which I was going to explore in the next episode. Oh, guys, by the way, I missed out on episode 20. Sorry about that, guys. I made a mistake. Sorry, at the start of episode 20, I went to go and enchant a new OP bow, and this bow was insane. If you want to see what's on the bow, you have to watch the series. Later on, I went to go get Joey back from the stronghold and brought him home, and that was the end of the episode. And by the way, guys, you already know what happens on episode 21. I already told you I missed an episode by accident. That's my mistake. Sorry about that. We're on to episode 22 now. Sorry about that. Episode 22, at the start, I was just going into the abandoned village and started exploring and also taking down some of the houses because I wanted the materials. Nearly at the end of the episode, I found a pillager outpost next to a village, and I decided that I wanted to do a raid. I couldn't find the pillager captain, but then finally, I spotted him. I went to go and eliminate him for his banner. Hello, sir. Yes, and I started the raid. The raid was going well until at the end of it, I couldn't find the last raid, and I had to leave the raid to another episode. I went round, and here we are. The pillagers just took out the iron golem. Also, some of the mobs dropped some pretty cool enchanted books as well. And here I was just searching for the last Ravager, but I could not find him. And that was the end of episode 22. The start of episode 23, because I didn't do a video in so long, I was just welcoming you guys back. And I went to go and kill the Ravager, which I couldn't find in the previous episode. I finally finished off the raid. I wanted the evoker to give me some last words, but sadly he just wanted to die. And that was the end of the raid. And I went to go and kill myself, and it was time to go back and see IKEA Cat and all those peeps. I was so happy to see my house again after so long, because yes, I did take a break from the series. And here I was, slowly walking back, feeling excited to go back, and yeah, here it was. I went to go and say hello to IKEA Cat, which I forgot where I left him. Oh, yeah, then the baby respawned, I did, yeah. Went to go say hello to IKEA Cat Baby Poo Poo, and then I did something which is sort of cheating. I used creative mode to spawn in Elytra, just because I couldn't find an MCT and I don't have the time in that, and once I spawned in the Elytra, I went to the Nether and I chucked all my diamonds in the lava for the price of the Elytra. As you can see, after killing the ghast, I went to go and throw all my diamonds away. Goodbye, diamonds! I went for my first flight with the Elytra, and I really enjoyed it. I went to the Nether, after saying hello to my peeps, you know, like Baby Pooper, and I went to the Nether to try and find a bastion. And once I did find a bastion, I got ambushed by piglin brutes, which I did almost die, as you can see. This was a very scary moment of the series. As you can see, yeah, look, I get absolutely impaled here, but I don't die, which is good. And yeah, this is what I did. I had the Elytra, and that's why I found it. Look, oh my god, I got absolutely destroyed. I was scared here. When I found the main part of the bastion, I was excited to go and explore it. As you can see, I was making my way down, and yeah. I break the Magma Cube spawner and make one of the biggest mistakes I have ever had. If this was hardcore, or any survival world without keeping inventory, I would be dead. Watch this. This was funny. You need to watch. This is my reaction. So actually, I might have to skip on a bit. Okay, this is my reaction. Look at this.
Hello? Ah. Wait, what? No, I do my sword!
Oh wait, what? Sorry guys, I made a mistake. I'll be back in a minute. This is the reaction of me dropping my sword, as you can see.
No. Yes!
And I got it back before I died.
I got my sword, but I don't care anymore.
And yeah, I don't know if you heard what I said, but yes, I went to do a bit of Netherite mining, couldn't find any, and I ended the episode. I keep making mistakes in this video, I swear. Start of episode, I think it was at 24, 25. At 25, I made a jungle horse a memorial, and it looked pretty good. I went to a jungle and tried to get some saplings for a jungle tree to put near my base. Then I found this Ocelot, which I wanted to bring back through my Nether portal. Actually, I went, by the way, yes, this is the same jungle I explored in like episode 15, and yeah, I tried to bring him back through the portal. It went well until she died. Like you see, this is the way she died. She walked into lava, she didn't want to live anymore, and I flew back home, sadly. I ended the episode. I ended the episode at the top of my jungle tree. Start of episode 26. I wanted to build something in that little mountain which has been near my house, and it was a little shelter to put all my loot in. Before finishing my mountain, I bone milled the area, and as you can see, this is what the area looked like, all bone milled up. As you can see, finally my little hut was finished. It had the Ender Dragon egg, and it was looking good. At the end of the episode, I put Faggy into a new little dungeon, which I thought was quite cool. At the start of episode 27, I noticed that Joey was not where he was. I noticed that Joey the horse got kidnapped. By the way, guys, this was a little bit of roleplay. I asked this chicken, and the chicken said that a couple of carrots kidnapped Joey. This was quite funny, okay? And yeah, I went over, found the carrots, and a little bit of storyline stuff, as you can see. So yeah, I'm about to land here. I need to pick up the pace a bit. We are running low on time, but as you can see, there's the carrots. This was so cringy in that. But yeah, I mean after and for some reason I decided to leave the carrots with Joey and go and explore a desert. When I went exploring, I found a couple of desert temples. I found 2 desert temples. The loot was okay. I found a Silk Touch book in one of them, and also I found a savannah biome. Just mined up a couple of bits of savannah materials, as you can see. And yeah, one of my friends gave me a little like challenge thing to build something ugly, so that's what I did at the end of the episode, by the way. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I just went down and just looted, basically. That's all I really did. I went over, after I finished exploring, I went over the Kill Council of Carrots, and I freed Finn from his prison, and I also gave him some diamond horse armor. I go over at the end of the episode to go and build the ugly structure for my friends, which gave me the idea, as you can see, very ugly. And I also blew Faggy up. It was a matter of time. Faggy needed to be ended for what his crimes, and this was the end.
Oh!
And that was the end of the episode. Finally, episode 28. So episode 28, off camera, I went to go do some grinding for some wither skulls, and I was ready to go and defeat the wither. I went over to my little loot hut, and I got a total of an undying and some golden apples, and enchanted a bit of armor, I'm pretty sure, and it was time. Things were going well until I died. As you can see, I was close to beating the wither on the first try, but then I just died, and I died a lot of other times as well, as you can see. Look, so I'm just whacking the wither and all that stuff. I'm very low here. The wither is very low, but he does regen, and as you can see, I do die, and there's some diamonds which the wither uncovered as well, and that was the end of my life, I guess. Yeah, good ending. Not really, I kept going. After dying another like 3 times, I finally go over to take out the wither. So this is just another death, and the next cut you'll see the wither dead. As you can see, I charged at the wither like a warrior, and I took him out, and I also died as well. And then I went, and yeah, the wither blew up, and I died. I went down to get the nether star, and I also mined the diamonds that the wither sort of uncovered. The time had come, guys. I made my beacon. It took me so long to get all the materials because I didn't have that many materials, but the time had come. I made the beacon. I collected all my friends. I collected Baby Poo Poo. I also got Joey into my house, and I also got IKEA Cat. And this was the end of the series. I wanted to play this clip, but I got copyrighted for the music in this video. I'm never going to forget this video because I got copyrighted in this video. But guys, that is the end of the video. I just said the good things about the series and that. I put the sad music on, and that was the end of the series. I hope you liked the summary. I made a couple of mistakes, and guys, by the way, make sure you go over to my make sure you go over to my new channel and subscribe. Just give me a minute to find it. Okay guys, this is my new channel. Please go and subscribe to it. I have quite a few videos in here. So that's the end of the video. I hope you subscribe to my new channel and this channel. Hit the little bell for notifications, and that is the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed the summary. I made a couple of mistakes, so don't dislike the video for that. Subscribe to my new channel, and I really hope you enjoyed it. This video took a long time. If you want to watch the whole series, the main point I did this because I want you guys to watch the series. So peace out. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to do a summary of my Minecraft survival series. So as you know, I have already done one of these before, but I decided I wanted to do another one just because, you know, I thought the other one wasn't the best, so I'm going to try and do a better one. So yeah, so by the way guys, my Minecraft survival series is in a playlist. Make sure you go watch this series, one of my best series I've ever created, guys. But yeah, I'm making the summary so you guys don't have to watch the 28 episodes of the series. So yeah, and yeah, the series is not bad at all, okay? I did quite a lot on it. I am planning on doing another Minecraft series one day, and yeah, so, you know, let's call this version of the Minecraft Survival Series summary Director's Cut, shall we guys? Because I'm gonna show you some more parts and that which I missed. So yeah, so I hope you're going on to enjoy this video. Remember to subscribe, like the video, and hit that little bell for notifications. Check out Dragon Ball reviews, and check out this series, the Tim series, and my mini Granny Smith series, which those 3 are the ones which I want you. Oh no, those 2 are the ones I want you to see, and then this is going to be a summary. So let's get into this, guys, and let's do the summary. On episode 1, I done the normal Minecraft thing and started chopping down some wood. And yeah, obviously you have to do that at the start of every Minecraft world. It's a classic. I made a crafting table and crafted some tools. And yeah, as you can see here, my crafting isn't the best on Bedrock Edition, especially with a controller, okay? You have to cut me some slack, guys. But yeah, I made a pickaxe and yeah. Went into the village and I mined some wheat to get some food. And for some reason, I don't know what it was, but all the villagers were just staring at me. I'm not sure if I looked handsome or something, but look at these guys. They're all just staring at me. I went into some of the villager houses to steal some of their beds and also get some resources and yeah, to steal the loot out of their chests. And as you can see right now, it was night time and yeah, I wanted to box some of the villagers up and yeah. My plan with the villagers was to box most of them up and yeah, I wanted to box them up obviously so I can trade with them in the future. So yeah, spoiler alert, I didn't really trade with these ones. I went into a cave and mined a load of iron and a load of coal. I went down and I found an abandoned mine shaft. I decided that the abandoned mine shaft was too dangerous, so I went back up to the surface, created some more iron tools, and went back into the mine shaft. When I explored the mine shaft, I managed to find a minecart chest, and inside I found one of the most insane books ever for eventual diamond pickaxe, efficiency 4 and flame. I was hyped. At the end of the episode, I created some more iron tools. I created some more iron tools, and I also smelted a load of iron. And yeah, that was the end of episode 1. Start of episode 2, I went to go and kill an enderman to try and get my first ender pearl, but sadly, I didn't get an ender pearl. I was sad. Carried on exploring the mine shaft, found some slimes and a load more iron, and I also found a chest after I killed all these slimes. Sadly, the chest didn't really have anything good in it, as you can see. I went to go and do a bit of strip mining, and I actually managed to find some diamondos. And actually, I'm not even trying to joke here, guys, it was a 9 vein, one of the rarest veins of diamonds, guys. So, yeah, here it was, guys, all these beautiful diamonds. Later on in the episode, I dug up from, I dug back to the surface and I actually went to explore a little bit and I managed to find a village and I thought to myself, this is a beautiful village, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build my house here. I went to box, Tim the villager up and also his brother, and yeah, that's basically what I did. Just, yeah, I decided that this is a beautiful village, so I'm just going to stay here, And yeah, and also, by the way, guys, spoiler alert, I actually stay in this village for the entire series. Yeah, it's a beautiful village. I recommend you go and check out the seed. It's Coastal Village, by the way. And basically, guys, that was the end of episode 2. At the start of episode 3, I went back to the old village to go get all my stuff back, which I left in the chest. And I went back to the new village, but before I got there, I fell into a hole and almost died. That was almost my first death of the series. I went to go and mine a load of trees, and this is what I basically done the whole episode. Mining trees and basically building. I started doing the first foundations of my house. As you can see, I wanted to make it quite big, and yeah, this is the first foundations of my epic house, which didn't look too good, but yeah, it's decent. At the end of the episode, I started doing a little bit of the interior of the house. I started digging out the floor as well, and off camera, I did fill the floor up with a cobblestone. So yeah, as you can see, just making a little top area now, and yeah, I was pretty much almost done with my house. Start of episode 4, I went into the house and I did the interior. I placed all the beds down and put a load of chests down. And that's basically what I did at the start of the episode. Nothing really too interesting. After finishing with my house, I left my house and I went to go and do a bit of exploring. I found a village and yeah, it didn't really have much in it for me, really. At the end of the episode, I started swimming across the ocean and I actually found a pillager outpost. And I didn't really do anything with the pillager outpost in this particular episode, but yeah, and also when I got a bit closer to the pillager outpost, I found the abandoned village where the stronghold was. And the reason why I knew where the stronghold was is because I played on this seed before. And as the sun set, that was the end of episode 4. Start of episode 5, I was trapped on some dirt and surrounded by zombies and husks, so I burnt them alive and I went to sleep. I explored the abandoned village and it had a lot of food from it, a lot of wheat and a lot of bread, and it was a pretty successful village. Later on, I started digging down to the stronghold and I managed to find the stronghold. And yeah, here I am in the stronghold. When I find the library, I mine up a load of books and I also find this amazing book. The book was Fortune 3. I was hyped. But sadly, in the other chest, I just got a load of paper. I was very disappointed. By the way, before I found the library, I did find the end portal room, by the way. But yeah, we will be coming back to the end portal in a later episode. I looted the pillager outpost, and for some reason I jumped down and I started getting chased by pillagers. But at the end, I managed to kill them. Goodbye, pillager. And here's the last one. And also, when I was running away from the pillagers, I actually managed to find a desert temple, and here it was. In the desert temple, there wasn't that good loot in there. There was like some iron and that sort of stuff, but that was really it. Because I had keep inventory, I wanted to kill myself to get home, so I built a massive tower and I jumped off. At the end of the episode, I tried to tame this cat, and for some reason, it just wanted loads and loads of fish. So at the end of the episode, I tried to tame the cat, and then I went back to the ocean to find some more fish, and I didn't have time to go and tame the cat. So instead I decided to tame the cat in between episodes. Start of episode 6, I said to you guys that I recorded episode 6 already, but some people said some rude stuff in the background, so I had to delete episode 6, so I had to redo episode 6. And I explained that I went into the Nether, I looted the Nether Fortress, which wasn't very good, and I also did some updates to my house. And I also said that there's a new Nether Fortress in the Nether, which is probably better, so I'm going to be exploring it in today's episode. When I got into my house, I showed you some of the new updates, like the updates where I added some windows, and also I said that I tamed the cat off camera, and I said that I named the cat IKEA Cat. I also made a painting, and also killed a pillager captain off camera as well. And also, the Fortune 3 book, and also the Efficiency 4 book I put on a diamond pickaxe. I also showed you this level 13 enchantment set I made off camera, and I also enchanted a sword, and sadly got Bayon Arthropods 4. And then I looked with another diamond sword what would be next, and it would shut this force. So I went to the Nether, and I got it some blaze, and yeah, and that is when I go to the Nether Fortress. I head to the Nether Fortress, and I go out slaying mobs. At the start, the Nether Fortress wasn't that good because I couldn't find the shelter section, and I was kind of disappointed. I thought to myself, this is probably worse than the original, but later on, I managed to find the shelter section. First of all, I just had to deal with a pesky old ghast. You know, ghasts are just annoying. In Bedrock Edition, they're not the most worst mobs in the game. And yeah, as you can see, here I was at the shelter section. Things were going well. I was killing wither skeletons, killing blazes, and I found a couple of chests. And yeah, things were going well. And yeah, as you can see, I got some juicy loot out of here. And yeah, there's just loads of wither skeletons. And yeah, my armor was running out and breaking, so I started taking a lot more damage. But sadly, because I hardly had no armor on, I kind of died. Say goodbye to my life. After enchanting my sword with Sharpness 4, I tamed a horse called Finn, and this horse was one of the fastest horses I have ever owned in Minecraft. It was epic. At the end of the episode, I wanted to change some villagers into librarians, but that didn't work very well, and that's just basically the end of episode 6. Start of episode 7, I mined some diamonds which I found off camera, and I actually found some more diamonds and mined them with my fortune pickaxe. And yeah, later on, me and Finn killed my first Enderman of the series. I already had a couple of Ender pearls which I got off camera, but I killed my first Enderman of the series and actually got an Ender pearl, and also almost died as well. Also, at the end of the episode, I went to go and get my pufferfish friend, Baby Poo Poo. Here he was, the king of the Minecraft series, basically. You know, Baby Poo Poo is the best thing ever. I named Baby Poo Poo with a name tag, and I also did a bit more mining, and then I ended the episode. At the start of episode 8, I went back to the Nether Fortress and won a game of ping pong with a Ghast. You know, I'm better than Ghasts are, you know. Look at that. Goodbye, Ghast. I went to the fortress and I went deeper into the shelter section and I dealt with a lot more mobs. As you can see, there's a blimmin' mob party down there. After I killed all the mobs down the corridor, I found a chest and got some diamonds. I found a lot more other chests as well and got some diamonds in that and some resources. And yeah, things went well. Like, what I did after all of that, I went and killed myself in lava and respawned back home. I was riding around with Finn the horse and I managed to find an Enderman and also a desert temple. I got an Ender pearl from the Enderman and yeah. I head into the desert temple. I find a few diamonds and I also find a looting 2 book. And that was basically the end of episode 8. And yeah, as you can see, Finn got damaged by a creeper there, but he was fine. So yeah, that's the end of episode 8. At the start of episode 9, I do some mining and I find some diamonds. Also, when it became night, I'd done some Enderman grinding with Finn, and I actually managed to get 2 Ender pearls, and I found 2 Endermen as well, which it was a very successful night, as you can see. You know, Endermen are not that rare on Bedrock, and yeah, I just went Enderman fighting. For the rest of the episode, I worked on my massive wheat farm, and I actually managed to finish it in this episode, which was pretty cool. At the end of the episode, I waited on top of my balcony to see if any phantoms would spawn, and sadly, none did. I was beginning to get a little bit worried because I needed phantoms for slow falling potions. At the start of episode 10, I went to go and get a seed for my chicken Faggy, and you're not going to believe this, but when I broke the seed, a phantom attacked me. I was very happy. I killed the phantom and I got a phantom membrane, which was pretty cool. I decided that in the next episode I want to do a raid, so I started to prepare. I started breeding up my cows, killing my cows, and I also enchanted. I also went to the Nether and mined some quartz. The reason why I went to the Nether to go and get quartz is because I wanted to get to level 30 so I could enchant a bow to get infinity. I went to go and enchant my bow, and sadly, I didn't get anything with infinity other than punch 1. I was not happy. I created some diamond armor, and I put it on to see what I look like. And as you can see, I was fully stacked in diamonds. I was basically ready for this raid. Sadly, I forgot where the pillager outpost was, so what I did is I ended the episode and found it off camera. At the start of episode 11, I got bad omened and for some reason yet again I jumped off the tower. Things were going well in the raid. I went to go and kill my first Ravager, and yeah, things were really going well in the raid. Things were getting crazier in the raid, as you can see, lots of pillagers and lots of epic stuff. The raid was extremely fun. There was mobs everywhere, as you can see. I had a Totem of Undying because I killed an Evoker. And yeah, I was just taking shots at this Ravager, basically. And, oh yeah, I wanted to kill the Rider more than anything. But, yeah, I got hit in the water by a Vindicator. That was a scary moment. I finished off the raid. As you can see, there was only 2 raiders off. I killed the last Mr. Vindicator. And there was only 1 mob to stand in my way. It was the blimmin' Bulldozer Ravager. And here I was. And that was the end of the raid. I was very happy. Hero of the village. I went to the village to go kill some cows, and sadly a creeper blew up Finn and killed him. I was very sad. I went to go re-roll some of the villagers' trades, and oh, they were just being so annoying and glitchy. I was tempted to hit one of them with an axe. I went to go and tell Baby Poo Poo the sad news about Finn, but sadly I forgot I had thorns in my armour, and I killed him. And that was basically the end of episode 11.
Baby Boo Boo!
Start of episode 12, I found a Pillager Patron. I decided to do yet another raid. I thought to myself, you know what, go on then. We could use some more emeralds, and we also could use maybe another Totem of Undying, which would come useful in the series. The raid was very, very intense, as you can see. There was a lot of mobs. There was just things really fighting me. As you can see, look, I almost died here. I did actually do quite well in the raid. Yeah, I was just getting chased by mobs and just destroyed, basically. Sadly, I do get a bit cocky and I do die. Sadly, so yeah. Finally, I did mess around with the Evoker a little bit, but yeah, I did finally manage to kill him, and that was the end of the raid. let me just chase him into a house. Yep, I really like to mess around in this game sometimes. And yeah, that was the end of the raid. At the end of the episode, I built Baby Poo Poo and also Finn a memorial because, as you know, in episode 11, which was the previous episode, they died. Start of episode 13, I showed you some stuff I did off camera, and I also killed an Enderman, and I got 2 Ender Pearls because I had looting 2 of my sword. Off camera, I managed to turn Tim the villager into a mending villager, and I managed to get a mending book, as you can see. And yeah, I was very hyped to have mending, and yeah. Later on in the episode, I built IKEA Cat a little cat house, and yeah. At the end of the episode, I went into the Nether, and I built another Nether portal in the Nether, and the reason why I did that is because I wanted to see where it would take me in the overworld, and as you can see in a minute, it would just take me into a random ravine, yeah, and in the next episode, I will be exploring, as you probably would have guessed. Here I go, travelling to the overworld. At the start of episode 14, I dig out of the ravine and I find myself in a desert full of evil mobs. And also, yeah, a desert connected to a savanna biome, and also connected to a jungle. And before I went into the jungle, I went into a village and just pillaged it, basically. Later on, I finally made it to the beautiful jungle, and I managed to find a cool village. And here I was, a village next to the jungle. You always would like that. I do tame a horse named Jungle Horse to help me traverse through the jungle. But sadly, I knocked my stick on my controller and I kind of knocked him into a ravine and he died. I didn't even have him 5 minutes. I started climbing out the ravine and sadly I wasn't looking at the camera and the camera just sort of cut out and I didn't really do an outro in that video, but yeah. At the start of episode 15, I got out of the ravine and I find a jungle temple, but sadly the jungle temple has nothing good in it. It was awful. I do find a very cool village though, which is connected to the jungle. There's a load of jungle villages as well. I do find another jungle temple, but in the jungle temple I actually got a slightly better loot. I got some diamonds. You just have to watch the series if you want to see what I got. Later on, I found a savanna village and I started taking the houses down because I wanted their terracotta. At the start of episode 16, I found an abandoned village, which was another savanna village, and I mined a bit more terracotta up. And then what I did is I pillaged up again and killed myself and went back home. When I died, I respawned back at spawn, and I found a pillager patrol waiting for me, and luckily I killed them. When I got home, I did some updates to my house with the terracotta I found, and things were looking really nice. Also, I relocated my portal behind the memorials. I thought it would look quite cool. After I finished my house, I went at the top of a little hill, and I managed to I went at the top of a little hill and showed you what it would look like, and that is what my house looks like. I put some quartz on the top of the roof as well, and yeah, my house is really looking really savanna-y. At the end of the episode, I went to go and tame a horse called Joey.
Joey? What a nice name, Joey.
And yeah, he wasn't the fastest horse, but he would do for the series. At the start of episode 17, I went to go and do some Enderman grinding, but sadly I couldn't find any Enderman. In fact, I couldn't find any Enderman in the entire video. I also re-rolled Bob's Trade, didn't really get anything, and I also started on Baby Poo Poo's Pond. And as you can see, yet again, trying to find more Enderman, but I couldn't. I was beginning to get worried because I worried that Enderman were glitched, but sadly, gladly they weren't, because in the next episode, in between episodes, I do manage to find some more I find an Enderman, and I kill him, and I get 2 Ender Pearls. And that's in between episodes, not on camera, by the way. Start of episode 18, I worked more on Baby Poo Poo's Pond, and things were looking quite nice. As you can see, I was doing the final finishing touches to Baby Poo Poo's Pond. I do put some glowstone on the floor as well, and I was finishing filling in the roof with glass. Later on, I put the main man, Baby Poo Poo 2. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, yes, I did get Baby Poo Poo 2 in like 3 episodes ago. I don't remember what episode it was, but I think it was episode 11. But yeah, I finally got everything done, and yeah. At the end of the episode, I show you this like little blaze farm thing I do off camera. Just I extended the room out and just made it so the blaze can spawn better. And I made a little underground bunker as well, a little AFK spot with a little lava bin so I could poop. Start of episode 19, I mine up my diamonds. I also make another full set of diamond armor, enchant one with a level 30 enchant, get thorns free, and I finish cooking up my slow falling potions. And as you can see, I'm preparing for the Ender Dragon. I ride to the end portal with Finn, but sadly I had to leave him in a hole because I have to swim across the whole ocean. When I got to the stronghold, I started getting prepared and I lit the portal up. Here I was, placing those Eyes of Ender in the portal, and I was ready to go and battle the evil Ender Dragon. And here I was, about to jump in. And it is time to go and defeat the Ender Dragon. Here I was, getting everything ready, and here I go. I start taking out the towers. As you can see, pillaring up, and here I am. Obviously, you have to take the towers out first before you do anything with the Ender Dragon, because if you don't, you will heal up. That's a tip if you're Minecraft new, which I'm sure none of you guys are. But as you can see, shot the first tower, took a little bit of damage. And obviously I'm not going to show you my full process, and yeah, as you can see, just taking all the towers out. This was a really good shot, by the way. After I took most of the pillars down, I started going up to the cage ones and taking those out as well. When I took down all of the crystals, I started fighting the Ender Dragon. As you can see, I already took a few hits with him with my sword. Finally, the Ender Dragon was low, and here I was, and just a couple more hits, and here we are. The Ender Dragon is defeated in my Minecraft Survival series. I go home after I defeat the Ender Dragon, and I place the Ender Dragon egg on IKEA Cat's little house. Looked a bit ugly, but it was okay. The start of episode 20, I created the best bow ever. I enchanted a load of bows with all my levels, because I had loads of levels. And as you can see, here we had the best bow in the game. I was really proud of myself. I also go back to the stronghold where I left Joey. And I thought to myself, we can't leave Joey, so we have to go and find him. As you can see, I was traversing the desert alone with my new bow. And here we are, guys. This is where I left him, and any second now, I find the main man, Joey. Here we are. I grab Joey and I ride back home. And that was basically the end of episode 20. Start of episode 21, I did some mining and I managed to find some sweet diamonds. I put Faggy into a new home down in the mines, and I also pushed IKEA Cat into Baby Poopy's pond just because I wanted to go and do some exploring and I didn't want anything to happen to IKEA Cat. I find a village where I was exploring, and I also found a blacksmith, and I found like 4 diamonds. It was very good. Like actually, I found 4 diamonds in a blacksmith, and I also murdered a load of cows so I could get a load of food. At the end of the episode, I found an abandoned village, but I decided to explore in the next episode. At the start of episode 22, I went to explore the abandoned village, and yeah, just stole some of their cobwebs and that, and yeah. Later on in the episode, I find a pillager outpost, and I decided to do a raid, so I killed the pillager captain. When the raid started, I killed a load of pillagers, and I actually got some really good books from them, like some really good enchanted books, and yeah. At the end of the episode, I couldn't find the last raider, so I ended the episode and just gave up on the last raider. I just decided to go and try and find him in the next episode. At the start of episode 23, I killed the last raider, and also I did take a massive break from the series on episode 22, so when I got back to episode 23, I just explained a couple of stuff, and yeah. I still had quite a few more waves left of the raid, as you probably could see, and yeah. But finally, I killed the last raider, and that was the end of the raid. After I finished the raid, I killed myself, and I went back to my house, as you can see. I go say hello to IKEA Cat and Baby Poo Poo, and yeah. Because I don't have the time to go and find a end city, I used creative mode to spawn in a elytra. I went to the nether and I threw all my diamonds away. I had 23 diamonds, and yeah, so goodbye diamonds. This is not that sad, really. When I went back to the overworld, I went to bed, and I was about to have my first flight with the Elytra. I was super excited. I could finally fly Minecraft, even though I cheated and got it out of creative, because I couldn't be bothered to find an any city. But here I was, my first ever flight in my Minecraft world. At the end of the episode, I went to have a little nosy in the Nether because the Nether update had rolled, and yeah, as you can see, here I am in the Warped Forest or Crimson Forest. I keep getting them mixed up, but yeah. Start of episode 24, or was it 23? Yeah, at start of episode 24, I went to the I said hello to all my peeps in that, and then I went to the Nether to go and explore. I went to go and try to find a bastion, but sadly all I really found was a Crimson Forest. When I finally found a bastion, I had a close call with some piglin brutes, and then finally I made it to the main part of the bastion. I hit one of the piglin brutes, and all the piglins were chasing me. As you can see, I dropped my sword, and I thought it was the end of my sword, but luckily I managed to grab it. As you can see, I grabbed it just in time, and I kept my OP sword. If it was real survival, I would have lost anything anyway. And that was the end of the episode. At the end of the episode, actually, I did a bit of netherite mining, couldn't find anything, so I ended the episode. Start of episode 25, I built Jungle Horse Memorial, and yeah. Then later on, I go into the Nether, and I go through the Nether portal, which I built on episode 14, to go, and yeah, I went back to the jungle and tried to get some jungle saplings. I got my jungle saplings, and I wanted to take a pet ocelot home. As you can see, I dragged him into the ravine, and I was taking him back to the portal. Sadly, the ocelot died, and yeah. As you can see, I planted my jungle tree, and here it was, and that was the end of the episode. At the start of episode 26, I started building a little, loot room inside this this little hill. Also, I started to bone meal the area, and as you can see, the area looks so much better now. As you can see, it looked all overgrown, and my area started really to come to life. I was really given a good bone meal, and yeah. I started doing the finishing touches to my little loot room. I started putting barrels in the floors, and I also put probably one of my most important things, the Ender Dragon egg. As you can see, here we are. At the end of the episode, I put Faggy into a new home, as you can see. I was getting sick of him, so I decided to put him with the zombies. At the start of episode 27, I noticed that my horse has disappeared. I left him on my balcony, and for some reason he disappeared. I went into the Nether to go and check where he was, and I couldn't find him. I asked this chicken where he was, and the chicken said he's in the ice with a load of a carrot with a carrot boss. This is more a roleplay episode, as you can see. Like, I flew there, and yeah, I saw there's the carrots, and yeah, I decided. The carrots locked Joey up, and before I killed the carrots and took back Joey, I decided to go and do a bit of exploring, and I found some desert temples. I found 2 desert temples, and also a savannah village, as you can see, and I mined a bit of terracotta as well. I went back to the ice, and surprise, surprise, the carrots didn't hurt Finn. I don't know why the carrot. I mean, so Joey. I don't know why the carrots weren't able to, because they're just carrots. But yeah, I went to kill the carrots, and I freed Finn from his misery. That cave does not look good. Went home, went to go and fix my house because a creeper did blow the side of it up off camera. Also went to go and blow Faggy up because I was done with him. Off camera, I killed a couple of wither skeletons and got 3 wither skulls. I decided to do kill the wither for the final episode of the series. This is episode 28, by the way. I went into my loot hut and I started preparing for the raid. I took a couple of totems and some golden apples. Here I was preparing for the ultimate raid. The wither boss. I spawned the wither boss, and as you can see, things were going well. I was doing quite well with. I spawned him in a cave, by the way, and yeah, things were going well until I kind of died. As you can see, I was smacking the crap out of the wither. If I had a smite sword there, I would 100% have killed him on the first try, but sadly, yeah, I kind of got killed. Luckily, this was keep inventory. I also died again. As you can see, I die of wither again. And again! Surprise, surprise, I die again. And finally, I managed to kill the Wither. But at the end, it's a bit like the Alien versus Predator Requiem fight. Me and the Wither both drew. I killed the Wither, and he also killed me. If you didn't know what happened in Alien versus Predator, they both basically killed each other, but the government sort of bombed the city, and they both died anyway. So anyway, yeah, the Wither was dead. And when I went back into the cave, I collected the Nether Star, and also mined some diamonds, which the Wither uncovered as well. I started getting the resources blocks to build my beacon, as you can see. It wasn't going to be a very impressive beacon, and yeah, but I wanted one just I just wanted one so I could light it for the end of the series. So yeah, and as you can see, I'm about to place the beacon, and here we are, and here the beacon shone in my Minecraft house. Finally, I bought Baby Poo Poo, Ikea Cat, and also Joey in my house, and that was the end of the series. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. What summary do you like better? This summary or the other one? So I'm going to call this summary Director's Cut, because I sort of showed you a bit more, and some episodes I showed you a bit more, some I showed you a bit less. So I'm going to call this video maybe Director's Cut. So I want you guys, if you haven't watched the summary, the first summary, watch the first summary and then this summary, and maybe like go to my Dragon Ball Reviews channel and comment down below which is your favourite summary. So this is my second summary now. I decided to do another one. I'm not sure if this one is better, but yeah, just watch both of the summaries and see what one you like better. So if you did enjoy the video, remember to hit the subscribe button and that like button. If you want to watch the series, here it is, right here, 20 episodes, and watch the Villager and Dragon Ball Have a Big Battle series, please. And yeah, so hopefully I'll see you guys in another video. Subscribe, guys. I'll see you soon. Hopefully. Hello and welcome back to another video. Now guys, recently I made a new Minecraft survival series. So in my new Minecraft survival series, I didn't use keep inventory, I didn't use a seed, and I also did not die once. I killed the Ender Dragon, built a house, and also completed a raid. And after that, I decided that I wanted to create a brand new series for the 1.17 update. So yeah, as you can see, we've got quite a few episodes. They average about an hour long. I haven't watched every single episode of my series, so doing the summary might be a little bit hard. It's called Minecraft Survival Series 2. I do have to but hopefully I can get everything, good, like all the good parts by just flicking through everything in that. But yeah, today I started a new Minecraft series called Minecraft 1.17 Survival Series. So yeah, but anyway, let's get into the summary. Subscribe to this channel, subscribe to Dragon Ball Reviews as well. It's right here. There's some stuff on here, and yeah, so let's get in to the summary. First of all, on episode 1, when I loaded on this island. I thought, I can't deal with this, I'm definitely going to be quitting the world. But then later on I thought, wait, maybe living on an island won't be such a problem. There's an island over there, and maybe I can build a house in it. So yeah, I swam over to the little island. As you see, I thought this could be fun. If the main island's close by, maybe I can live here. And yeah, so I decided that this world could be fun. And yeah, when I got to the island, I started mining a couple of trees, and yeah, and started doing the usual Minecraft thing. I created some tools, and yeah, started making my way to the main island. When I made it to the main island, I started to dig underground a little bit for some stone and had a little look around. And yeah, I decided that this world would be good enough to deal with it. And yeah, I killed some sheep and just done a load of stuff. I found a village, but sadly, to my surprise, it was an abandoned village. I started going around the village, mining some hay bales up, and I looted some of the houses. It didn't really have the best stuff. I found a desert temple and started looting some of the chests. The loot was okay, but yeah, so after I got out of the desert temple, I done a bit more exploring, and yeah, after I'd done more exploring, I managed to find a savannah village, and yeah, I went to bed and I also looted the place. The place didn't have the best loot, but at least I found a fully functioning village with villagers, and yeah, the village looked quite good. Yeah, I forgot to mention I did find a bit of iron in some caves, sorry about that, but anyway, after I explored the village, I put the iron which I found in the caves or in a cave, and yeah, put it in a chest and carried on exploring. And yeah, I told you I didn't explore the whole village, but yeah, so yeah, just exploring around and also getting some more hay bales. When I finished smelting up the iron, I made some armor, and sadly, I was one short for making a full set of iron armor. It was kind of sad, as you can see. Yeah, I had 3 iron. If I had 4, I would be able to make some boots. Oh, of course that would happen to me. I hope that never happens to me again. Look at me, I got those shoes on. I decided to do a bit of strip mining in the village, and then when I got down to about, I don't know, like Y40 or Y40, I decided that I just want to, strip mining is too boring, so I wanted to go into a cave. I was looking around the area, and I managed to find, finally, a decent cave. There was a village nearby, but I decided to go into a cave instead. But yeah, so as you can see, there's some lava here, and I went deeper into the cave. When I went deeper into the cave, I got too scared, so I decided to strip mine instead. I don't know why I got so scared. In my new series, I need to make sure I do cave, or you guys are going to hate it, because this is not 1.17. The 1.17 update is in my new series. I really have to go caving in my new series, or you guys will hate the series. But anyway, I decided to do a bit of strip mining instead. When I started strip mining, I didn't really find much. I think I found a bit of gold, a bit of redstone, some more iron, and yeah, that was basically it, as you can see. And yeah, I didn't have the best stuff ever. And yeah, so that was basically the end of episode 1. Start of episode 2, I decided to do some strip mining, and I dug out into some diamonds, as you can see. They look beautiful. Found some lapis, and also I mined those blue shiny rocks. Oh yeah. I decided that I wanted to make a compass and also a diamond pickaxe, so I could mine up all the obsidian, because obviously you know I love the Rush to the Nether for some reason. Later on, after I made the diamond pickaxe, I started mining some obsidian up, and yeah, I wanted to get 24 for 10 to make another portal, 4 to make an enchantment setup, and also another 10 to make another nether portal once I found a fortress. When I dug back to the surface, I found that it was night time and there was mobs everywhere, and I wanted to make it to the village. I found the Enderman, and I went to go put it in a boat. And then what happened was, I think I went to go fight a couple of mobs, and for some reason the Enderman teleported out of the boat. I did not know they could do that in Bedrock. And then a spider decided to hop in the boat. Oh, a spider likes boat time now. Anyway, I went to go kill the Enderman and started heading home. This is me killing the Enderman, by the way. I didn't get a pearl either. I found another desert temple, and the temple didn't have the best loot in it. I think it had a couple of books, and I think like 1 protection 2 and 1 aqua affinity or something. I don't remember, but yeah, I went to go in the desert temple and get some loot. Remember, I haven't really watched the series back, so I don't really know. I finally made it back to my island, and here I was, almost back to my island, I guess. Which it's not much right now. It's got a few trees, but later on in the series, I make it something cool. I started placing chests and crafting tables down. And all that stuff. You know, I'm trying to make myself at home, because I don't have a house yet, I'm kind of homeless, but yeah. I made another portal, but I realised it was too big, so yeah, I had to break it. And also someone joined my wall, so I had to leave the game, so they'll be kicked. Okay guys, after I finished the nether portal, I decided to go into there and have a look what my nether spawn was like. So yeah, so let's hop into the nether, shall we? I hopped in the nether. So far, things weren't looking the best. Yeah, there wasn't too much around. And also, yeah, I did find an Enderman, and I also killed him. I don't think I got a pearl though. Actually, I think the Enderman escaped. Yeah, I don't think I ever found him again. He escaped. I decided that I wanted to get deeper down into the nether. So I jumped down, and I wanted to build like a little staircase or ladder, and a ghast shot me off. I was very scared. But luckily, I dug myself to a hole and regenerated my health. I went back to the overworld and got some ladders, and then came back to the nether. I wanted to put some ladders on that little pillar so I would be safe. I started placing the ladders without the ghast knowing I was there. Luckily, I think it went pretty well. So yeah. I found another Enderman and I killed him, didn't get a pearl, and I also found a load of piglins who were trying to kill me because I didn't have gold armour. I carried on exploring a little bit around the nether and then just went home. I decided that in the next episode I'll go try and look for another fortress. At the end of the episode, I was trying to get Baby Poo Poo. I don't know why, it was a bit glitchy, it wouldn't let me put him in the bucket, but eventually it did. As you can see, Baby Poo Poo was in my bucket. And yeah, that was basically the end of episode 2. At the start of episode 3, I headed back to the village, and also I killed Enderman. And the reason why I headed back to the village is because I wanted to get a Fletcher villager to get some arrows. And I noticed I didn't have a fletching table, so I had to go mine some gravel up. Yeah, mining gravel to try and get flint is very boring, but I eventually got some flint and made a fletching table. Okay guys, later on I eventually managed to get a fletching villager, and for some reason these trades weren't changing, but eventually I managed to get him to sell arrows. Not right now, but yeah. As you can see guys, I bought a load of arrows here, and I was basically ready for the end. Not end. It took a while for me to find my island again because it was raining and it was quite hard to find this particular island because it wasn't my spawn, so I couldn't use my compass to find this island. But eventually I got home and started preparing for the nether. When I got to the nether, I started digging a tunnel. I dug out into some lava and I started burning, but luckily I was okay. It happened a couple more times where I found some lava, but I was fine. I dug out into another Crimson Forest, and I wanted to do some bridging to find another fortress, so I started just exploring a bit more into the Crimson Forest. As you can see, I was just making sure I know where I've been. I decided to leave Baby Poo-Poo the pufferfish in a chest because I really didn't want him to die. Baby Poo-Poo the pufferfish is a precious pufferfish, and as you can see, I surrounded them in like blocks, as you can see here. Pretty epic. Later on, I went deeper into the Crimson Forest, and I decided to do a bit of bridging, so I'd see if I could find another fortress. It was very nerve-wracking bridging across the lava. After a bit more bridging, I managed to find myself a Crimson Forest, and over the other side of the Crimson Forest, there was a Warped Forest, and I had to bridge over to that next. When I bridged over to the Warped Forest, I thought I heard a skeleton, and I started doing a little bit of digging, but then I just gave up and carried on exploring. I had a couple of fights with some ghasts, as you can see later on. Later on, I went into a cave and ended off the episode. I was beginning to get worried because I wanted to find another fortress without dying, but that was actually the end of episode 3. Start of episode 4, I decided to go back to the Crimson Forest because I thought if I heard a skeleton, there must be a fortress close by. Later on, I did a little bit of digging, I went into some caves, and finally, I found a nether fortress. I was super blimming hyped. Some wither skeletons started to attack me, as you can see. Wither skeletons are a pain in the butt. As you can see, hit me a few times. But yeah, I killed a blaze and got my first blaze rod. I kept getting ambushed by more wither skeletons, but I managed to take them out. Another blaze tried to ambush me, but as you can see, you get the idea. I just fought blaze for a while. Another blaze. There's just blaze everywhere. They just want to kill me, don't they? They're really trying to kill me, but guess what? Dragon War has skill. I thought I found a blaze spawner, but it turns out there was no spawner on the little pedestal. As you can see, more blazes are trying to shoot at me, and yeah, it's getting a bit intense. I tried to shoot some wither skeletons, but I hit a piglin by mistake, and all the zombified piglin were coming after me, and I was getting a bit nervous here. This was getting a bit scary. There were some wither skeletons down there, as you can see. They're kind of cute down there. They can't hit me. I had the ultimate blaze battle. As you can see, there was absolute blaze everywhere. As you can see, the blaze were approaching me, and they were getting some good hits on me. As you can see, the blaze were approaching me. They were giving me some good hits, but I took them down one by one. The blaze were never going to get the best of me. As you can see, look, they don't even have a chance. They can't take out the Dragon Warrior. Look at these blaze. They're so weak. Actually, they're not. Do not underestimate blaze, please, guys. Later on, I finally found an actually working blaze spawner, and I started farming blaze. After I farmed enough blaze, I built another nether portal like I said I was going to do, and I went back to the overworld and see where I would spawn. Hopefully not a cave. Do I spawn in the cave? Yes, I do. I'm just joking, I don't. Ready? Took quite a while to load in, but when I come out, I spawn in an ice biome, and I was super lucky. The sun was just rising, so I was very lucky. But then I had the long journey back home. Oh god. On my way back, I managed to find a village. The village didn't really have much for me. I just looked for 1 or 2 houses, and there wasn't really much for me there. Come on, villages aren't the best. They're mostly good for early game, really. Yeah, I was never in the village. I managed to find my favourite biome, the snowy plains, but it's not my favourite biome, but one of my favourite biomes is the snowy plains, and I managed to find a snowy village, but yet again, I didn't really want to, explore it really, because villages aren't the best at late game. I'm not late game, but still, I wasn't really bothered. And finally, after a super long journey, I made it back to my island. I made a cool little buried treasure, little chest, and I put my blaze rods and some of my other valuables in there. After I got back to my island, I went into the nether and I collected Baby Pooper with a pufferfish. I was super happy to see Baby Pooper again, and yeah. When I got back to the overworld, I started making the foundations of my house. I was marking how big it would be. I needed to go back to the nether for some glowstone because I wanted some. And yeah, I think I do a little bit of ping pong here. Watch this. Yeah, I went back to the nether to get a bit of glowstone. I found a bit because I wanted some for my house. And yeah, as you can see, this ghast got wrecked by his own fireball. Don't know why, but this ghast just didn't shoot me and just let me go back. That was kind of cute though. Look, the ghast does not shoot me, just lets me go back home. I placed the glowstone on the front entrance of my house, and yeah, I think it looked quite cool. And yeah, that's basically the end of the episode. At the start of episode 5, I decided to start preparing for the Ender Dragon, because I wanted to beat the Ender Dragon before I finished my house. So yeah, I went back to the nether and done a bit of piglin trading, and yeah, got some okay items. I decided to go back to the Warped Forest to go get some Endermen, because I think that would be a lot easier way to farm Ender Pearls. There was a couple of close calls, but I managed to get, I think, 4 Ender Pearls out of all that. Yeah, Endermen are just so dangerous. They drain so much of your durability on your shield. At one point, I do get super low, as you can see. Look how much damage they do. It's unbelievable. Like, I'm so like surprised I didn't die at all in this series. I'm telling you, so hard this game is. I went home feeling happy of the Ender Pearls I had, as you can see. I think I don't remember if I did it in this episode or when I did it, but I think I traded. I think I got a couple of pearls from one piglin. I don't remember, but you get the idea. I got pearls, okay, and I got quite a few other items from the piglins as well, like some crying obsidian. I upgraded my portal and made it look really cool with some crying obsidian on it. I decided to make a mine, as you can see on my island. When I done some strip mining under my island, I found a bit of redstone, a bit of gold, not too much. Then I realised that J-Wisp said that diamonds are super rare under ocean biomes, so I decided to go make a mine somewhere else. I found a ruined portal. When I went back to the main island, I found a ruined portal and I found some gold blocks and some stuff in some chests. In one chest, obviously, you get only one chest. I found a mine shaft. The mine shaft didn't really have much in it. I found like one minecart chest, but yet again didn't have much in it. I'm telling you, if the mine shaft doesn't generate a diamond level, they're not that helpful, unless it's early game. I managed to find some diamonds in a cave, and yeah, that was pretty epic. Doing some strip mining, I found a bit of gold and iron in that, and I found some more diamonds. And yeah, that was basically the end of episode 5. Look at emeralds right now. How have I not? Don't worry, guys. The start of episode 6, I explained to you guys that I did a bit of mining off camera, and I found some diamonds. And when I started the stream, yeah, I just mined diamonds up, and guess what? It was a 9 vein. And after I mined up all the diamonds, yeah, it was a 9 vein, just like my old playthrough. Make sure to go watch one of those summaries. And yeah, when I looked into my inventory, I had 21 diamonds. That was a perfect amount for what I wanted to do with them. When I got home, I noticed that I could make a diamond chest plate, a diamond helmet, some diamond boots. I had enough diamonds to spare for an enchantment table and a sword. I didn't really care if I didn't have enough of diamond leggings, but as you can see, I had a lot of stuff to put in my valuable chest. Oh yeah, I was kind of stacked. I threw the Eye of Ender and started heading to the stronghold. Then I got hit by a phantom and I started trying to kill them. And yeah, it didn't go so well. Sadly, I wasn't able to kill any of them because they're kind of glitchy. They wouldn't like come down for some reason, only a couple of times. And yeah, and sadly they just burnt up in daylight and I didn't get any phantom membranes. I started making my way to the stronghold, but then I noticed that I left my compass at home, so I had to go all the way back and get it. When I made it quite far, the phantoms started spawning, and yeah, I started fighting them all night again. I'm telling you, what's wrong with phantoms in this version? I'm telling you. Oh my god, I'm just trying to shoot them up the sky all night and wait for them to come down. It started becoming morning again, but guess what? It was raining, so I still had a chance to get a phantom membrane. Finally, one came down, and I started to hit them, and later on, when another one came down, I managed to get a phantom membrane. I'll cut to that quickly. When I was on a boat, one started coming down, and I think I kill it, yes, and then I get a phantom membrane. I also got another one, but you don't really have to see that. Later on, I found the stronghold, and this is where I get a bit dumb. So I find the stronghold under the ocean. I don't know if you saw it there, it's a bit difficult, but it was under the ocean. I thought, how on earth am I going to get into it? I wanted to be safe and try and dig into it from a cave, but when I dug deep enough, I decided that I couldn't, I gave up and I just went back to the surface. I went to go dig down to the stronghold. I decided to just go underwater and try and dig into it. But then I kept getting ambushed by drowns. Everyone had a trident as well, so I went back up to the surface. I started to try and dig into it again because I did try and dig into it with a pickaxe and I almost drowned. So I started digging down normally and yeah. And when I got down to like Y9, I just went back up. I tried to lure the trident drown, and yeah, I do manage to kill him. But I'm telling you, look at this. If you don't have good armor on, like Netherite or whatever, he packs a blooming punch. I'm telling you, it's like they're guarding the stronghold. Like, come on, like, who? Literally, I have to go and fight the Ender Dragon. But anyway, I killed the drowned, and literally, guys, I went to go dig down to it again. Go down and try and dig into it, and a dolphin cancels it, and literally I was so scared. I thought I was gonna, if I tried it again, I thought I was gonna drown, so I started doing the digging thing. I tell you, if I just done that method, just went under and try and dig into it, I would have saved so much time. So first of all, I tried to dig down to it, and then I tried to dig into it and got scared, so then I tried to dig down to it again after killing the drowned, and I just got too scared, and literally I could have saved so much time. I'm an idiot. I've learned, you always learn from your mistakes, though. Literally, I tried digging down to it again, and same result, couldn't find it. But finally, I said, no, I'm just gonna YOLO it. If I drown, I drown. And I went down, and I could have done this at the start, but I made it in the blimmin' stronghold. Finally! Like, it took like 4 hours. God, I'm an idiot. I really don't think sometimes. After looking around a little bit, I found the end portal room and noticed there was a load of silverfish guarding this stupid thing. Oh, I hate silverfish. They're just coming out the blocks everywhere. I went up to break the silver spawner and I noticed that there was only one eye in the portal. Gosh dang it. Later on, I found 2 libraries which were really close to each other. They both had 2 floors, so 4 chances of getting some awesome books. And yeah, that was basically the end of the episode. I didn't explore them, I decided to leave it to the next episode. That's the end of episode 6. Start of episode 7, I went into the stronghold and I went into the libraries and started looting some stuff. I'm just going to tell you what I've got now, what I've got out of the chest now. I got a couple of Infinity books, which are really cool. Some really cool books and protection and that sort of stuff. And I also got, I think an Efficiency 4 book. And yeah, it turns out I never needed the Infinity off the books anyway because I got lucky at the enchantment table. But yeah, you know what I did. You know what I found. I just told you what I found. Just stuff, okay? You know, yeah. I started digging up from the surface, from the stronghold. I went back to the import room and started digging up to the surface. And yeah, I made a little tower and I decided to use my in a second please, boat time and get into the water and yeah, I started the ride back home. When I got home, I went to the Savannah Island thing and got a load of wood, and then I crafted most of my books, which I collected from the stronghold. Obviously, I mined all the bookshelf, or a lot of those bookshelves, and I created some books. And yeah, I really wish I had Silk Touch because that would save all that wood mining. But anyway, once I'd done a load of wood mining and I crafted the bookshelves, I started making a level 30 enchantment setup. I enchanted my bow and it had infinity, and my bow had infinity and power 3 on it. And then I put my sword in there and I noticed that if I got up to level 30 again, I'd have sharpness 4. I went into the nether and I traded with some piglins to get some more pearls because I didn't have enough. I gave some gold to this piglin, and he actually managed to give me the perfect amount of pearls I needed. As you can see, pretty epic. Also, I mined some quartz so I can get some XP. When I got home, I enchanted my sword and got sharpness 4 and knockback 2. I started to enchant my diamond armor with some bad enchants. And yeah, and also I brewed up some slow falling potions as well, and I stripped off all my bad armor and I put my decent armor on. And yeah, and when I brewed up the slow falling potions, I was basically ready. When I got everything together, including baby poo poo, I set my spawn point just in case I died, crafted the Eyes of Ender, and I was ready for the Ender Dragon, the biggest, baddest boss of Minecraft. I lit up the portal, as you can see, and I was ready to go in. Here I was, standing at the Nether portal, end portal. What? How many times have I said Nether portal? And now it's time to go and kill the dragon. I pillared up to some of the pillars and shot them out, as you can see. Oh my god, that was such a good shot from the Ender Dragon there. I'm just going to montage all these pillars. God, my aim is so bad until later. I was just shooting all down the pillars. God, my aim, now things are getting good. There are still more pillars though, and Baby Pooper was on my side, giving me luck to take them out. Anyway, you get the idea with the pillars, I think, don't you? Yeah, you'll get the idea. I was just trying to take them out without taking too much damage. Yeah, it's just... Apparently I'm very good at taking out pillars now. You just have to learn how bedrock arrows work, and then it works, as you can see. Kind of epic. Look at this shot. Ba-bang. I was trying to take out the cage pillars, but stupid Endermen would not leave me alone. They're stupid. They're so lethal. Look at them. They just don't leave you alone. Endermen are just like the most powerful things in all of Minecraft. Like, the Endermen are more powerful than the Ender Dragon. I swear. I broke one of the pillars. One of the cage pillars. One down, two to go. And yet again, got interrupted by more stupid Endermen. And then finally, I made it up to the last cage pillar, and that was it. I was ready to fight the dragon. Look at him. The Ender Dragon was ready to get beat up. Things were getting lethal with Enderman again. They just don't leave you alone, I swear. If there's no Enderman in the end, the Ender Dragon would be as easy as killing an Endermite, I swear. The Ender Dragon was evil. He actually was more powerful this time. Finally, I was hitting the Ender Dragon, and yeah, the Ender Dragon was getting absolutely destroyed, and of course, I was trying to aim for that head, and then, yet again, more blimming Enderman. Literally, I never get a break from these guys. And then the Ender Dragon tried to do his swoop attack, and it sort of failed, definitely failed. The Ender Dragon came down again, I started hitting him again, as you can see, and it's just like the Enderman is just attacking me because I'm attacking the Ender Dragon. They never leave me alone, I swear. Hitting the Ender Dragon even more here. He's getting beat up. Look at him. And this time, the Ender Dragon's swoop attack actually works. He shoots a fireball right in my face and I take lethal damage. Yeah, and those fireballs do so much damage. Just got hit by another one. They're so lethal. Went to hit the dragon again, and yet again, like every blooming time, another Enderman hits me. I'm literally going to get an Enderman figure and burn it in fire. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I would never do that. Because Endermen are kind of cool. This is where I got close to death. And 2 Endermen were on me here, and I think I killed this one, and then even more came. Yeah, look at this. Like, I'm actually getting destroyed by them. Look, another one comes here as well. This is the closest I think I was to dying in the entire of the Ender Dragon fight. Now, finally, the Ender Dragon comes up its pedestal, and I shoot him a couple of times, and I thought my bow was weak, and I thought it wouldn't end him off, but sadly, the Ender Dragon died before Baby Pooper can get the final hit on it. But anyway, I got the Ender Dragon, he was finally dead, and that was it. So basically what I did is just collected all the XP up, collected the egg. I had a little look in the outer islands, see if there's any city close by, but there wasn't really in my render distance, so I just jumped to the... and went back home. When I went back home, I built Baby Pooper a little memorial and a little little thing, and I put the Ender Dragon egg on top of it. And yeah, and that was basically the end of the episode. You can see I'm just loading out of it. And yeah, that's basically the end of episode 7. Start of episode 8, I gathered some materials for my house. Went back home to find Endermen on my island. They're probably angry for me killing them in the end. As you can see, I started building my house here. I was just doing the usual stuff here, just placing blocks. Yeah, it's normal. After I finished most of the house, I just started placing the roof down. And the reason why I was using andesite and ugly blocks here is because I'm going to put all the ugly blocks on the roof, and then I'm going to use stairs just to cover them up so you never knew they were there. I made some cool little like shelving bits in my house. You see like some sort of like oak wood little bits in my house. As you can see, I thought that it would look quite cool, and honestly it did. It looks really nice. Okay, I decided to do some strip mining so I can get a load of resources. I wanted to go to strip mining just to get a load of like cobblestone for my house. I started placing in the cobblestone stairs to cover up the ugly blocks, and my house is coming together. I was trying to do that stair trick where like you sort of have the stairs rimmed around your house to make your house look better, and it was painful. It took a while, but I finally managed to do it. And here's my house. It's almost finished. Looks very good. I started putting some chisel stone bricks at the floor in my house. I think chisel bricks look really good. I did have to keep smelting more stone to make more of them though. I started placing my beds in, and also some chests as well, and I started hollowing out my house for some windows, and that's basically the end of the episode. Start of episode 9, I started putting the glass in, and yeah, looked very good. Also, I put some glowstone on the roof as well. As you can see guys, I was making a little like cool area around my bed, and it actually looked really nice, as you can see. And yeah. And yeah, I decided to put an item frame and put Baby Pooper in there because I think it would look kind of cool. I started to empty all my chests into my house. I started putting some utility items in my house, like a crafting table, a smithing table, and all those items, and some more chests as well. As you can see, I had a lot of items in my house. I made my mine look a bit different because, and killed a spider. And I made a little tour of my house. So I made a little entrance of my house. As you can see, I was just showing you what it looked like around and that sort of stuff. And I showed you the outside of the window areas as well. And here is the inside of my house. I showed you what it looked like. As you can see, I was just showing you all around the house. Those redstone blocks I do eventually remove, by the way. And yeah, I was just giving you a nice look at it. It's just my house, basically. You get it. I went to use up all my levels to enchant a load of books, and got some cool good books, enchants. Go back to the stronghold to get some more books, and then I jumped back into the Nether End portal to go find Enderman City. And then I almost died to some Endermen, so I jumped back to the end portal, to the end escape portal, and went back home because I thought I was gonna die. I went to the outer islands, and I decided that I don't think the Elytra is worth all the stress, me falling off the bridge or Enderman hitting me off. So I decided I chickened out and I went back home. And when I got back home, I've never been happier to see my house. When I got home, I was so happy to be back. I decided to move my Ender Dragon egg outside on top of the enchantment table. Then I went into the Nether to do some netherite mining. Yet again, guards were shooting at me again. That's normal for the Nether. I hit a disgusting shot here. Bang! Do a bit of mining and I find some ancient debris, and I had to go home and get my diamond pickaxe to mine it up. Did some more strip mining and I found some more ancient debris. I was getting super lucky on it. Decided to do a bit of blast mining and yeah, just let some things blow up. And yeah, later on I managed to find some more ancient debris hiding. Sorry about that advert. As I said, I found some more ancient debris hiding, as you can probably see.
None of it blew. Oh! Do you see that? Oh, I kind of see that little bit of ancient debris popping out there.
Yep, my beautiful eyes do not deceive me. Beautiful ancient debris. Later on, I did some more ancient debris mining, and I found some more, and I had 8, so I had enough to make a netherite helmet and chestplate. I tried to find some more, but I couldn't, so I made it back to the surface. And of course, there was a blooming whole army waiting for me up there. I'm telling you, mobs do not want me to smuggle up ancient debris. Right? Look at those piglins, they're not happy that I took that ancient debris out, they're not happy. When I got home, I was super happy about my ancient debris, as you know, I chucked it all over the floor. Once the netherite scrap had finished smelting, I made some netherite ingots. I had 2, but I had to go find some diamonds to repair my armor before I added the netherite to my armor. I managed to find some diamonds, and yeah, I forgot to tell you, when I started enchanting a load of books, I did manage to get Fortune 3. So after I got the diamonds, I added it to my diamond pickaxe. Later on, I found more diamonds, and that was enough diamonds to repair my armor. When I got back up to the surface, I started repairing my armor, and I started enchanting my armor with good enchants. With decent enchants, a bit of projectile protection 4, a bit of aqua affinity, respiration 3, a bit of feather falling 4, with some depth strider 3, that sort of stuff. Look at my enchanted book chest. I'll show that again. Look at my enchanted book chest. When I finally finished enchanting my armor and repairing it and all that stuff, I added the netherite to my armor. I was hyped.
I've never got netherite armor in pure survival, but look at it. Oh my god, that is beautiful. My god, I've never got netherite armor in pure survival, but
oh, sorry, I showed that clip twice. Sorry, guys, I showed that clip twice, but yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, this is what it looked like me converting my armor to netherite. Sorry about that. Look at this. Look at how satisfying that is, converting your armor to netherite. It is so satisfying. I went to go test out my awesome armor on some drowns, and that was my armor. Very epic. And that was basically the end of the episode. Look at my shiny new armor. We only have one more episode left now, guys. Look at my armor. At the start of the episode, I said that I wanted to do a raid and also to get a couple moves at this. First try, I managed to get a music disc, but it wasn't the one I wanted, so I decided to try again, and I managed to get the music disc I wanted. Cat. This is it. The skeleton was about to kill the legendary creeper. and I was about to get the music disc I wanted. There it was, cat. There it is, cat. I charged the pillager outpost, and I was ready to kill the pillager captain. It was time for me to do a raid. There he was, and he was slain. The first wave, the Iron Golem done most of the work, but later on, Baby Poo Poo got his he got his revenge for me not letting him kill the Ender Dragon. Oh, it wasn't my fault, but you know what happened. I shot the Ender Dragon and my bow was too powerful, and Baby Poo Poo was very angry, so he took his anger out on that pillager and killed him. The next wave started, and the Vindicators were out with their axes high up in the air, trying to kill me. My armor's too good though. Baby Poo Poo yet again took out another pillager. Look at Baby Poo Poo, he's insane. The next wave started. I was trying to look for it, and it became night. And it was time for the Beast to play. And you know what the Beast is? It's the Ravager. I dealt with the Ravager, and the Iron Golem dealt with the rest of the mobs. As you can see, the Iron Golem, dealt with all the other mobs, and I just dealt with the Ravager. I tried to blow the Ravager up, but yeah, that didn't really go well, so I just tried to kill him. The next wave, the witches came, and you know how bad those stupid witches are. They're so annoying. Here I was, 2 mobs left, and you're just slaying all those witches, and I wanted Baby Poo Poo to get the final kill here, but yeah, Baby Poo Poo wasn't as powerful anymore. I don't know, his anger was going away, but so I decided just to deal with the pillager. I said to Baby Poo Poo, I don't say it to it, but I thought in my mind, Baby Poo Poo can kill the Ravager, and yeah, there's the pillager. The next wave started, which was the final wave, and things were happening fast. The Vindicators came out to play again, and Baby Poo Poo was ready to take on a Ravager. It's a bit blurry right now because my phone is the worst possible thing you can have in the world, but as you can see, I was beating him up and I thought, it's time, Baby Poo Poo, to have the final laugh against the biggest, baddest beast. Baby Poo Poo took the Ravager out. Yes. Also, Baby Poo Poo took out an Evoker. I approached the Evoker, and Baby Poo Poo was ready to take it out. Baby Poo Poo was just attacking, and then he brought out the Vexes, which you don't like the Vexes. The Vexes are just deadly, look at them. Finally, I dealt with the Vexes, and Baby Poo Poo killed a wizard. Oh my god, Baby Poo Poo, you're insane. It took me a while to find the last raider, but then I found the Ravager hiding in a cave. He was a coward. He was scared of Baby Poo Poo's wrath. I went to try and blow him up, but as you probably will see in a minute, it didn't go so well. I just tried to lit the cave up with flint and steel because I thought it looked cooler, and I lit the TNT up, done hardly no damage at all. So I decided that Baby Poo Poo will have the final hit. And that was the end of the raid. Let's go. Victory Royale. Later on, I started to swim back home, and Baby Poo Poo said to me he needs a little bit of breathing space, so I kind of let him out of his bucket for a little bit. Come on, Baby Poo Poo needs to be let out of his bucket. Here he is. Look how cute he is. I'm glad I don't have any thorns. I don't like thorns, really, because it kills all my pets. I don't want to kill my Baby Poo Poo. Look at him. He's so adorable. He's so cute. I wanted the dolphins to meet Baby Poo Poo, so I sort of, put him out of his bucket so they can meet dolphins. The dolphins immediately swam away. They don't. No one. Look at them. I place it and they just go away. They just don't like Baby Poo Poo, do they? When I got home, I started to build Baby Poo Poo a little aquarium. Then some pillagers came and ruined it, so I had to kill them. Stupid pillagers, they don't have to die. When I finished the pond, I put Baby Poo Poo in it, and honestly, it looks really nice. I should build aquariums for, not ponds, but aquariums for more often for Baby Poo Poo. It's really good. It does. You'll see, and just take a look. The Netherite armor looks so nice on me, though. It actually does. On Steve, it looks really nice. But there is Baby Poo Poo. He's looking really nice, and I also give him a diamond as well. And I decided to play the cat music disc. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to do a quick outro, with the music disc playing.
Finally beat the Ender Dragon in a world without keeping him tight, no keeping him tight at all. And I also got half a set of Netherite armor. So yeah, Baby Poo Poo. Are you enjoying it, Baby Poo Poo, in there? You are. So yeah.
But yeah, that's basically what I did. So it was a cool. This was the cool ending. Anyway, that's basically how I did it. I just done a bit of dancing, as you can see. I just love showing up Neverite armor. Maybe Pooh started puffing up as well because he was happy, or maybe he didn't like the diamond. I don't know, but I threw a diamond in there just to despawn in his honor. And yeah, as you can see, look at him. I just had to break those right frames. Look how cool Baby Poo looked. He's just having so much fun in there. That's like all pufferfish should have fun in it shouldn't hurt. I really wish there was a mod where I could download on Bedrock so pufferfishes don't hurt me, because I love pufferfishes. But anyway, that's the end of the episode, really. And finally, at the very end of the episode, I decided to take the jukebox on top of the house and just watch the sunset. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this summary of the series, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. That was the summary of my Minecraft survival series. If I missed anything, I am sorry. I don't really like to watch an hour episodes every day of my series. I have watched most of the episodes fully in, but a lot of them I haven't watched, guys. So I don't really want to watch my episodes back, really, guys. So what my secret is, I go up and I sort of like, if I go out, I sort of like do this and I sort of flick through, and I try and remember like things I've done and that, anything cool. I also find things which I've forgotten while doing that. But if I do miss anything, I am sorry. But here is the one and only Baby Poo, guys. So if you did enjoy this video, please hit that subscribe button. Hopefully the merging will merge this video together for me, because yeah. So hope you enjoy, guys. So that is the end of today's video. If you want, after I've completed my 1.17 Minecraft Survival series, I'll do the same thing, and yeah, I'll probably make the series 10 episodes again, because I'm telling you, I don't know if I want to do this again. I don't know. I'll try and make my 1.17 series not too long either, because an hour episodes are hard to, I don't know. But anyway, that is the end, guys, so peace out. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and today, guys, I'm going to be doing a summary of my Minecraft 1.17 survival series. So there's 19 episodes in the series, and a lot happened. For example, a lot happened. So I did everything I wanted to do. Like, I got a full set of Netherite armor, I beat the Ender Dragon, I also built a house out of the new 1.17 blocks, built an actual little pond, and also got the Elytra and a lot of other stuff as well. And yeah, instead of merging all this video together, I'm going to do it in different parts. So for example, this video is going to be Minecraft 1.17 survival summary of my Minecraft 1.17 survival series part 1. The next will be part 2. Or you say, for example, if it stretches out to part 3 or part 3 final. So that's basically how I'm going to do it. I don't want to merge or anything. So anyway, let's get into the summary. On episode 1, I loaded in and I was spawned in a tree. I looked around the area and there was a first forest around me, and there was also plains lying around me. I made a dirt tower to mark my spawn. Later on, I crafted a crafting table and started crafting some basic tools. Found a ruined portal. The loot was okay, but not the best. I found some coal and started to mine it, because obviously you need coal in this game. After wandering around for a little bit, I was getting desperate on food. I killed some sheep, and as you can see, I had some food, which is pretty epic. You know, I don't know why, but in Bedrock Edition, oh god, you lose food so fast. And yeah, that's what I just did, is I killed a load of sheep and got some food. Later on, I crafted a bed and I went to sleep to avoid all of the mobs. When I woke up, I started to look around the mountain area and started planning out where my base would be. I didn't place any blocks, but I wanted to build it on top of the mountain. I mined more coal and found a goat, one of the new 1.17 mobs. I was exploring mountains and areas which I haven't explored for a bit, and tried and looked for a village and some resources. It was becoming night again, so I had to sleep, and I slept beside this ravine which I was eventually going to go in. But before I went into the ravine, I needed to kill some more sheep. I decided to go into the spruce forest, or also known as the tiger biome, and witnessed a wolf kill a sheep. I found a pillager outpost and I wanted to loot it. But some pillagers found me first and I had to run. As you can see here, this was almost my first death of the series, but luckily I escaped in time. I jumped into the ravine to try and find some iron, but sadly all I found was emerald, which I couldn't mine because I didn't have an iron pickaxe, and redstone. I cut my losses and got out, built out of the ravine, but it was night. The next day I carried on exploring, trying to look for a village, but I still had no hope. I found another ruined portal, but sadly I didn't have the resources to mine the blocks of gold. I finally found a decent cave at last, and yeah, just saw a load of coal. and finally found my first. Oh, I thought I was iron a minute ago. I finally found my first copper of the series, and I mined some of that. Also, there was some iron neighbour in it. I was going around the cave mining for iron, and obviously iron, as you know, iron doesn't drop as ore anymore. It drops as scrap, which you have to smell. More realistic. I carried on mining iron, but I didn't want to go deeper into the cave because there was mobs around. As you can see, there's a skeleton right there. I created a furnace and started smelting my iron and grabbed some more coal as well. And while I was waiting for the iron to smelt, I was looking in the crafting menu to see if there was candles, but it seems like candles are not in bedrock. And yeah, I started to make some iron tools like a pickaxe, a sword, and that sort of stuff. As you can see, just making the normal Minecraft stuff, and yeah, just getting organised. After I left the cave with some decent iron and tools, and also almost a full set of armour, I carried on looking for a village, but still no hope. I found another cave. Yeah, I didn't go too deep into it because, yet again, I just don't want to die. So I was going around the cave, just looking for a little bit of iron. I found a little bit of iron in the cave, and then I went to smelt some food, which I gathered from the sheep later on, and made a bit of food and carried on exploring around. Later on, I realised that I walked in a massive circle. I actually walked back to my spawn. I was quite annoyed. Went into another cave and found some of the new dripstone, and I also found a little bit of iron in there too, as you can see. And finally, at long last, I found a village. But in this episode, I didn't explore it, but I did find one amazing thing. I found some glow squids, one of the new 1.17 mobs, which I, for some reason, am very obsessed with them. I placed some, like, my bed down and also a furnace and sort of stuff down as well. And yeah, I just kept looking at the glow squids, and that's basically the end of the episode. As you can see, look, just making everything look good around it. Not really, but just placed the bed down and sleep in it. Basically, that was the end of episode 1. I just looked at the glow squids and left the game. That's the end of episode 1. The start of episode 2, I put all my iron in the furnace to start smelting it, and I started exploring the village. I went into the blacksmith, and here is what I got. I got 3 diamonds and some obsidian and some armor. I carried on looting the village, and then I came back to my iron and yeah, finished off my set of iron armor. I noticed there's a few houses I missed, so I had a little exploring in some of them. Gathered some potatoes and some hay bales, which are very useful for bread. I'm just too lazy to build a farm, so I always just live off bread in the series. You know that from a fact, guys. I gathered some wood because I wanted to go down to my first 1.17 cave. Which, spoiler alert, sadly caves are not with the new generation yet. I found a trident drowned and just left him in the water because I didn't want to die. As you can see, I was getting prepared for for a cave, just getting some more tools and stuff. Later on, I finally made it into a cave. I need to summarize this bit quite quickly because there's a lot I did. I kept going down, seeing lava, but no diamonds yet. I keep going further down, seeing lava and glow liking everywhere, and also these new, like, dripstone. I gathered some more iron and glow liking, you get the idea. Basically what I did, guys, for the next 20 minutes was just mining iron, redstone and coal and trying to look for diamonds. Later on, I think I dug into another cave and found a abandoned mine shaft. I started to explore and I found a minecart chest. And I got some items like some diamonds, some glowberries, and that's really it. I didn't really do anything with the glowberries in the series, and a golden apple. Later on, I kept finding loads of zombies, and I thought there could be a dungeon nearby. And for once, I was actually right. But the loot wasn't that good. I kept looking around the mine shaft, trying to look for diamonds, but still no luck. I managed to find some gold when I was strip mining. Later on, I found another dungeon, but it was another zombie one. In the chest, there's a bit of gold and some music discs. In one chest I found a Blast Protection 4 book and a Piercing 3. Spoiler alert, there was a bug in the game where diamonds were rarer and also they only spawned in 1s and 2s, so I actually didn't find any diamonds on this trip. You get the idea. I just mined and explored the mineshaft over and over. Done some strip mining at deep set level, still couldn't find anything, and that was basically it for episode 2. The start of episode 3, I started exploring the mineshaft cave even more, and I found more of it. Later on, I was walking around the mineshaft, and I managed to find a cave spider spawner, which I stayed well away from. Well, actually, this looks like I'm just trying to... Yeah, actually, no, I went down it to see if there's anything at the end of the tunnel. And by the way, I don't think there was. Actually, there was some lapis at the end. Pretty nice. As you can see in my inventory right now, I had a lot of iron, a lot of gold. This series, I got a lot of gold. I was just mining gold and everything, but I still couldn't find any more diamonds. Couldn't find any diamonds, so I decided to mine out of the cave. I made it back to spawn using my compass, and I started making a base of operation. And I was just dumping all my stuff in it, and later on I noticed that a player joined my game, so I left the game to kick him, because I don't want anyone to steal my stuff. And basically this is my starter base, I guess, and this, yeah. Yeah, I decided to craft a couple of stuff as well, you know, a bucket, a shield maybe. Here I was messing around with the deep slate. I decided to craft a stone cutter to mess around with the new deep slate textures and see what one I wanted to use in my house. I went back to the village because I wanted to tame my ultimate cat, IKEA Cat. Obviously, like in the first series, IKEA Cat was a pain. But later on, I got hurt. And later on, I tamed another cat, which I named Mr. Paws. And I sort of made them breed by mistake, and they made a baby cat. And I named the baby cat Baby Poo Poo the cat. By the way, I dyed IKEA Cat's collar blue as usual, Mr. Paws' collar yellow, and also Baby Poo Poo's collar pink. Done a bit of exploring and found another village, looted it, got some okay stuff, and also gathered all the hay bales. As you can see, hay bales are the best. Also stole some bookshelves. Later on, I found another village which was near the ocean. It was quite a cool village. I looted the blacksmith, but it had okay loot in it. I had a little look in the ocean to see if I could find any axolotls, because obviously I didn't know that they could not spawn in oceans anymore. But yeah, I had a little look around, but there was none. I unzipped my cats and we started heading back to spawn. I made it back to the first village, but sadly I ran out of time, so I had to end the episode. The start of episode 4, I started walking and we finally made it back to the spawn. And yeah, I sat all the cats down and I wanted to push them into a corner. I decided that I wanted to go back to the ocean so I could find an amethyst geode for my house. I found another village on the way as well. It was near a swamp, pretty cool. I fell into this ravine and yeah, almost died. There was also a mine shaft connected to it, but luckily I got out and carried on exploring. I found a random axolotl just walking around, and I wondered what on earth was it doing. And I jumped into the water, and there was glow squids. Epic. I finally made it to the ocean, and I managed to find what I was looking for, an amethyst geode. So basically what I wanted this for was 1, the spyglass, 2, all the amethyst blocks so I can use it on my house, and 3, the calcite. I started mining all of the amethyst up, and I managed to get a stack and like 20, I think, stack and a half or something. I'm telling you, when you walk on amethyst, it just sounds so good. And yeah, I grabbed a load of calcite as well, about a stack of calcite, and I left, and some amethyst shards as well. After I was done with the amethyst, I tamed another cat and named it Belgian Billy. Look at the white cat. I had to go get more fish, but later on I tamed it. I wrote a random sign and named it Poo because I wanted to try and use the ink sac, but for some reason it wasn't working. I wrote a sign saying "Power of Baby Poo Poo," and I put a dial on it, and it actually worked. It was glowing. There was also a strand with a trident there, but it worked. I finally made it back home, and all the cats were together. I crafted a spyglass for the first time, and I used it. I absolutely loved it. I was just looking at everything, including sheep, minding their own business. I basically took the spyglass out for a spin and just started looking at everything. I wanted to look at the pillagers with a spyglass and see how cool that would look. I was just making my way back to the pillager outpost. This time I didn't get too close to go and kill them. But yeah, in fact, I think I did. I don't remember. But anyway, this is basically what I did. Yeah. In fact, actually, I just looked. I went to go to the pillager outpost to go and loot it. And as you can see, there's the pillager captain. I started digging my way in. I looted the chest, but it was awful. So I jumped down, MLG'd water bucket, and the pillagers were chasing me. As you can see, I was running for my life, seeing all the Reginald pumpkins. You have to watch a YouTuber. I forgot his name, but I was running for the pillagers. Things were getting very intense, but luckily I was okay. They're literally still chasing me. Even they were chasing me in the water. Like, literally, they wanted my butt. And as the sun set, that was basically the end of episode 4. And something did happen, which is kind of funny. I actually witnessed another murder, you know. I witnessed a wolf killing a fox. That was kind of evil, but that's the end of episode 4. The start of episode 5, I didn't have a bed, so I had to go in the night. I had to go and chop wood in the night. Basically, what I did is I wanted to get some spruce saplings and some spruce wood ready for my house. Things were intense. I didn't almost die, but things were just always around the corner. Skeletons, zombies, creepers. And then a thunderstorm started happening, and two of the rarest things happened in this thunderstorm. For some reason, I was trying to get a music disc when I actually ran into a charged creeper. I have not seen one of these in survival for years. I was trying to lure it to the skeleton because I wanted to get a skeleton head. That's basically what I wanted to do. Skeleton heads are one of my favourite mobs heads ever. As you can see, I was trying to lure it towards me so it would blow up the skeleton. It was a tricky job, but there was two skeletons. And finally, I lured the creeper, and it was time for me to get my skeleton head. Yeah, come here, blue boy. This is a thing I actually forgot about in the series, but boom, free skeleton head, baby. There it was. And not just that, I found a skeleton tramp horse, which spawned into some skeleton horsemen. Things were getting dangerous. I had an army of zombies and skeleton horsemen. They were difficult. Actually, they weren't very difficult, but I wanted to kill all of the horses except one because I wanted my own tramp horse. They were dangerous, but I got them. And yeah, I actually got my own skeleton horse, which was really rare. I rode my skeleton horse home and I named it Boney. I finally made it back home to my beautiful cats, and I laid in bed. And by the way, at some point I made a copper block and put it on the floor. It was finally time to start my house, and I started doing a bit of terraforming. I planted a tree, and I wanted to have a tree house in this series, but I decided that this tree was too short, so I wanted to plant another tree on top of it. And that is exactly what I did. I had the ultimate tree. Went to grab some more ladders and some leaves, and I started work on my tree house. Things were looking good. I wanted a little barrier of leaves to protect me while I was climbing up, so no phantoms or any skeletons would knock me off. Sorry how blurry this video is, it's just my phone is so bad. And that's what the tree looks like. It wasn't rendered in for some reason, it will any second now. And this is how big the tree looked. It was time to get the amethyst floor in. I wanted the floor to be out of amethyst, and if you didn't know, if you walk on amethyst, it makes this beautiful crystal sound. And after a little bit, it was finished. It wasn't the biggest house ever. I didn't want this to be the biggest house ever. I wanted it to be quite small, but this is basically the size of my house. Like I said, I wanted to put some calcite into it, and that's what I did. And yeah, I wanted to put a bit more calcite in it as well, just because this is 1.17. Filled it in some areas with some wood. And the place was looking quite good. I was hollowing out some windows and where would the balcony would be. And I obviously put a trapdoor down, so yeah. And this was the first foundations of my house, and that was the end of episode 5. Start of episode 6, I killed an Enderman, and yeah, while trying to ride my horse up the mountain. Today was the day where I was going to almost finish my house for good. I went out and done a bit of Enderman grinding. By the way, I did manage to get one Ender pearl. I went up to my new house and slept in the bed. Then I went back down to my spawn area and grabbed a couple of resources for my house, like sand for glass. I leashed Boney the horse on this little pole, and dyed my bed red. I started to create my balcony, which was what actually, after I ended the series, was one of my favourite parts of the house. And this is basically what it looked like at the moment. I was trying to figure out a design for my bed area, and I started making the front of my balcony look quite cool. Started putting some glass in, and things were looking quite cool. And you can see the sunset perfectly, and I also added some fencing around the balcony. I decided to have the floor of my balcony made out of glass so I could look down, and yeah, that's basically, I do not regret that at all. I think it looks absolutely amazing. I'm so glad I came up with that design. Went back down to the bottom and grabbed some more resources. This is, as you can see, that's my house on top of the mountain. I wanted to put my skeleton head on top of the crafting table. And yeah, I made a little furnace area as well and started putting stuff in. This is basically what it's looking at the moment. But I had to get deep slate for a roof, so that finishing the roof took a while, a couple of episodes. I started making the foundations of the roof before the deep slate. And it looked quite dark in the room, and yeah, I decided that I wanted to make a balcony, a little attic in the roof as well. And yeah, basically I was just sorting out how I wanted things in the house. I was figuring out how I wanted to have the balcony. I decided that I can't access the I can't access the attic from the bottom, so I had to make an entrance at the top to get into the attic. By mistake, I used an axe to carve some of the wood on the front. As you can see, it's sort of, okay, let me show this. As you can see, I stripped the front of the house by accident. I actually thought that looked quite cool, and I left it there. I put a ladder down, and that's how. The reason why I was putting ladders on the front of my balcony is because I wanted to get to the top, up and down to the roof, so I can get into the balcony, into the stupid attic. I went to go and gather some vines for the attic. I wanted it to look overgrown. And here I was in my new attic, which I was trying to figure out a design so I could fit in it. I managed to figure out a way to get in and out very easily. Eventually, this whole roof would be deep slate stairs, so I was just trying to figure out the design. And I thought it looked a bit too normal, so I wanted to have it overgrown. I wanted it to be dark and overgrown, so I used redstone torches. Instead of chests, I used barrels. I was working out designs. It took me a while, but I finally decided where I'm going to put the barrels and that stuff and how I was going to organise it. I was still working it right at this second. After I finally finished, I started lighting up the place with redstone torches to make it more like dark and evil inside and like it's not been touched for a long time. And finally it was time for the vines, which made it look really overgrown. And this was the final design, which looked great. I was just moving stuff around and I think it looked pretty cool. And in the attic, where I was going to keep all my valuable items. And that's my new house, I guess. I know it's not fully complete yet, but soon it will be. I wanted to put some glow lighting on my tree to make it look more cool, and I wanted to put some on the mountain, for Boney. I was still organising where things were going in my house. I started climbing down my tree house, and I went down to the bottom, and something tragic happened. A creeper blew up the bottom of my area, and I had to go back, getting loads of dirt, loads of wood, loads of leaves to fix it. You don't really have to see that, so let's carry on. And later on, I finally fixed everything, as you can see. I wanted to go caving, so I was trying to look for some decent caves. And finally, I found a decent cave, and this was a massive cave. I got a lot of resources out of this cave. It went down super deep. When I was looking around the cave, I managed to find some glow squids, which are really cool. I don't know why I'm the only one which thinks the glow squids are cool. There are so many opportunities for diamonds. I found lapis, gold, and iron. But at long last, I managed to find a diamond and a diamond. I only found... In fact, no, actually, no, I found two. I found 2 diamonds after long last, finally. And here they were, shiny as ever. Also found some more gold. I found so much gold in this cave. I don't know what it was, but so much gold. I had gold coming out of my ears in this series. Also managed to get my first axolotl. But, by accident, I wanted to use it as a water bucket, and he sort of flew in, he sort of like, got swept away into the lava, as you will see in a minute. It was kind of sad. In fact, I don't even want to show you, that's how sad it was. In fact, I will. As you can see, off he goes. Goodbye, Axolotl. I wanted to mine some deep set up ready for my house's roof, and yeah. This is a look at everything I have gotten so far in my inventory, guys. After mining some deep slate, I managed to find a couple more diamonds, as you can see, which is pretty epic. I managed to get myself a gold or yellow axolotl and also a pink one as well. And I managed to find some more diamonds, as you can see right there. And here were the diamonds. I'm telling you, deep slate diamonds look great. And basically that was the end of episode 7. At the start of episode 8, I dug out of that cave and I was back to the land. And there was my house, looking quite hairless without its roof. Get it? I crafted the deep slate stairs and started putting them on my house. And yeah, I went into my storage room, or whatever, my valuable item room, just to put my stuff in, some of my valuable items, and in a minute you're going to see what the roof looks like on its full potential. And there it was. This is the roof. I think I'll show you more in detail later on, but you can sort of see it. And now I had the massive task to keep going backwards and forwards to move all my stuff from the little spawn area up to my house. It took a while, but I finally did it. And basically, this is what my house looked like from up there. Mojang had finally fixed the bug with the diamonds, so I wanted to go out to new chunks, see if I can find a new cave so I can find more diamonds. I found a village on the way as well. I found the ruined portal and I tried to get the gold block at the top, but for some reason I just couldn't. I had no, everything was just going wrong. As you can see, I kept falling down, I couldn't mine it in time, so I just left it. I finally found a decent cave and I was looking around for diamonds. The cave was massive. There could be diamonds anywhere. And talking about diamonds, there they were. You can see them at the corner of the screen. And they were a lot of diamonds, as you can see. Look at all those diamonds. There was lava underneath them. But then I mined them all up. And I did lose one. In fact, actually, I didn't lose any of the diamonds. I got them all. And yeah, you don't have to see me mine the diamonds up. Later on, I found even more diamonds. And then even more. I was really getting lucky with diamonds. And you thought it stopped there? Even more diamonds. I was just getting super lucky on diamonds, as you can see. And yeah. And this is me mining that up. Just let this focus in. After mining those diamonds up, guys, I had 14. And I decided to get some obsidian for a nether portal, which will be in the next episode. Later on, after I got the obsidian, I dug out of the cave. And there was my epic house. I could see it from a distance. Look how beautiful it looked. And when I put all my diamonds together, I had, ready? I'll just tell you, I had 21 diamonds. And that was the end of episode 8. To start off episode 9, I started preparing for the nether. For whatever reason, I returned back to the village. I'll work it out in a minute. I don't know why I returned back to the village, but yeah. Oh wait, no, this was a different village. Oh yeah, I remember what I did. Basically what I did is I went back to this village and wanted to get some arrows from a Fletcher. And that is what I did. And after I got a load of arrows, I rode back on Boney and rode back to my house. I built my nether portal and I had some copper around the edges as well. And yeah, it was time. I headed into the nether and this was my spawn. I built a little staircase down to the main nether waste biome and this is where I was spawned in the nether waste. And there was an epic, evil looking balloon, which I like to call, ghast, which I like to call balloons. Look at them. I wanted to go to the nether to get some glowstone, and that's what I looked around for. While looking around, I zoomed in at a ghast's face. That is kind of cute. It's kind of fun. That's an achievement on Java as well. I done a little bit of ping pong with this ghast. I wanted to end him once and for all. And obviously, I'm a ping pong master. I won. Bang. After getting some glowstone in the nether, I started dotting it around my house. I wanted to move my cats all near my treehouse so they will guard it from creepers. And that is what I did. And after all that, I went to the nether trying to look for a nether fortress, which, spoiler alert, it took me a long time. I did some digging in the nether to try and find some new biomes. And yeah, just digging. Almost died to a bit of lava here, as you can see, but I was fine. I was wandering around nether wastes, thinking I would find a fortress soon, but I was wrong. Fortress is just so rare. And a ghast started shooting at me. And I swear, the arrows always go through the ghasts for some reason. This was quite bad. I was always on fire. I had to move away from the ghast quickly. Later on, I found one of my favourite biomes, the Warped Forest. Look at it. The ghast was trapped, so I wanted to kill it before it was a threat. And that is what I did. Goodbye, ghast. I went into the Warped Forest, and here I was. Beautiful place. I love this Warped Forest. They're one of the best biomes in the game. I did a little bit of bridging, and I carried on exploring the different biomes. Then I came across another Warped Forest, and I did kind of get a close call with an Enderman here, I'm pretty sure. As you can see, I was kind of scared here. Those Endermen really are scary, in the nether and the end. And look, I thought I was going to die here. But I was fine. I decided to climb the trees and protect myself. I decided that I wanted to end the episode, and that was basically the end of episode 9. To start off episode 10, I carried on exploring the Warped Forest, looking for a fortress. I also found the Crimson Forest, and I also found a Bastion, but I didn't want to go near it because Bastions are super difficult, especially those piglin brutes. They actually hit harder than Vindicators, especially on Bedrock. That was just me walking around the nether for an hour, trying to find nether fortresses and fight ghasts. My luck was not looking good. Things were not looking good at all. I was digging, bridging. I wasn't bridging, but I was mostly digging, exploring everywhere I could. I just couldn't find a fortress. And there was ghasts, piglins, skeletons. I'm telling you, skeletons really pack a punch. But yeah, I was just walking around, and there was 2 skeletons on me right here. Literally. The skeletons just so OP. Found yet another warped forest. And angered another enderman. And finally, I stopped being scared and started doing more bridging. And a hoglin started chasing me. Stupid hoglins. I had no choice but to bridge across a basalt delta. Those things are annoying. I started bridging, feeling very scared. I was just always looking around for ghasts, magma cubes, anything that could knock me off into the molten lava. But then I had the fright of my life. A ghast spawned, and I thought this was over, but I shot the ghast with a bow, and for some reason it was one shot. I must have hit him before, but then I was fine. My heart was in my throat then. Basically, still no luck. Still no luck. Magma cubes, ghasts. Ghasts is so annoying. I was just getting rained on fireballs by ghasts. They were just hitting me. Ghasts' aim are actually very good. My tutorial for all of you watching this video is to keep walking and keep avoiding as many mobs as you can, and you'll eventually find a fortress. Later on I started to do some more bridging, but then I ran out of time, so I had to end the episode. I'm telling you guys, always take my advice, always keep walking and never panic, and you will find your fortress. And little did I know, there was just a fortress right over that bridge. Okay guys, that was part 1. I have summarised 10 episodes. 10 episodes, guys. Last time in this Minecraft Survival Series 2 series, when I summarised 10 episodes, it was 40 minutes. So I've made it good time, 29 minutes. I don't have to show everything. So this is part 1. Part 2, I'm going to summarise the next 9 episodes of the series. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, so make sure you watch part 2 of the Minecraft summary of the 1.17 survival series. I'm telling you, this has been a hard video. Make sure you subscribe, please. And yeah, so it's time to summarise the rest of the 9 episodes. Peace out. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and today I am going to be continuing to summarise my Minecraft 1.17 survival series. If you're watching this video right now and you haven't watched the first episode, part 1, go and check it out because you will not understand this episode. Last summary, I summarised all 10 episodes of the 1.17 series. Now I'm going to summarise the remaining 9. So let's get into it. Let's do this. I carried on bridging, and I managed to bridge myself to a warped forest. I was looking around, still quite scared because I needed to find a nether fortress. I was looking around, and yeah, it's just looking around with endermen everywhere, I guess. I had my head down, held down low, looking to see if I could just see the faintest structure of a nether fortress. I was using the spyglass to see if I could find one, but I just couldn't find anything. I felt another fortress nearby. I sniffed it, and then suddenly I saw Blaze, and I finally found one.
Yes! Freaking die, you idiot! Finally!
See, and that is it. So I found the nether fortress. And by the way, before we get into the nether fortress, by the way, I don't find a nether wart room, or the shelter section sort of glitch. I never find a nether wart room, and I never find any chests, so I have to kind of not use slow falling in this series. Spoiler alert, by the way. I finally made it into the nether fortress, and my main objective was to get blaze rods so I could beat the game, beat the ender dragon. And yeah, I was looking around to see if I could find anything. It is a bit blurry because it is quite dark, the nether was in this series. So yeah, so I was basically just looking around for blaze and that sort of stuff. There were so many mobs around, but I was just racking up those blaze rods one by one, just like I did in the last series. Had to make another pickaxe because mine broke. I looked around the fortress to see if there was a shelter, another bit of the shelter section, but there wasn't. I carried on killing Blaze, and I think you get the idea. So I can just skip on, and I think you know what I'm just doing. Killing Blaze and trying to get blaze rods. Here I was, and there were so many wither skeletons on the other side of that bridge, it was kind of scary. This is where I almost died. There was Blaze approaching me and also a wither skeleton. I thought I was done. But luckily I managed to survive. I had to run and I was super low on health. I didn't want to lose my 34 levels or my nether fortress. I would have rage quit the entire series if I died there. I sat in a hole for a little bit looking up some research and I went back to this little glowstone area and there was wither skeletons and Blaze everywhere. I didn't manage to get a wither skull. I thought I was going to get one, but yeah, I was just killing Blaze and getting Blaze rods and all those skeletons. Still couldn't find the Blaze spawner, but I kept looking. I never give up. I finally found the Blaze spawner. This is where I started farming Blaze. I wanted to get at least 20 Blaze rods or 20 Blaze powder, whatever. I was just killing Blaze after Blaze after Blaze. I was just killing them one by one. For some reason, there was a little gap open up, and these Blaze kept coming down this hole, as you can see, and their melee damage was so much damage. And yeah, I was basically just trying to. I was basically almost done with the Nether, but they just kept coming down that hole. It was just a very scary moment. Once I finished with the Blaze, I built a Nether portal, and it was time to head back to the overworld. When I went through, I spawned at least 5,000 blocks away from my home. It was a long journey, but when I made it back, I don't even remember where I spawned actually. Oh, actually no, I do. But as you can see, it took a while because how many blocks I had to generate. And when we came out, I was sort of in a mini cave near the surface. It was time, like I said in the last summary, it's time for the long journey home. I'm just going to summarise everything I found. I found a village, which is pretty cool. And as usual, stole bookshelves. And boating on the ocean. And found another ruined portal. Epic. And here, I thought I was pretty close back home, but it turns out I wasn't because there's a spruce village there. I ran into another village, a quite big one as well, and I stole the hay bales for some more food. Later on, I found an abandoned village and killed the zombie villager with a boat for some reason. I don't know why I did that. And at the end of the episode, I found myself in front of a desert, and I said to myself that there is no way I am close to home, and that was the end of episode, was it 11? Yeah, the episode 11. The start of episode 12, I started going through the desert, hoping I would find some cool stuff, and I'm telling you, I did find some cool desert temples. First of all, I found one desert temple, grabbed all the TNT, which would come handy in netherite mining, and I found some pretty cool stuff. Found another village, which I pillaged, found another temple, which I looted, and I think I got a Silk Touch book out of one of them or something. I got diamonds, I got some really good loot out of some of them, and at one of them, I got a notch apple. I don't remember which one it was, but one of them I got a notch apple. Found another village as well on the way back, and a blacksmith. And found another desert temple number 3 I think. And this was the temple where I got the notch apple, epic. Found yet another village. There's just villages everywhere. Do I have to get you get it, I found villages, okay? I carried on walking and I actually found a jungle. I didn't go into it, but I did find a jungle. I think I zoom in on it. Yeah, I found a jungle. Pretty epic. I don't need anything from it anyway. I definitely regret not picking up tropical fish because I need them later on in the series. I think this was the final desert temple I found, but I just got some cool loot out of it. I tamed a horse and it turns out it was Finn that reincarnated into a new horse. Finn was a horse from my old series and he was really fast. Epically, Finn was back with me. Later on, I knew I was close back home because I already found a village which I already explored. But sadly, something happened. I left the horse, I left Finn in the waterhole. Then I came back and Finn died again. Didn't even have him 5 minutes. It's another memorial, I guess. I knew I was close because I found my poo sign. And let's not forget the power of baby poo poo sign. And after long last, after like a long journey, I made it back to my house and I slept in the bed. And I was just putting all the items in the chest which I collected out on the journey. I headed back to the Nether for whatever reason. I do not remember why I went back to the Nether. Actually, I think I went back there just to locate some piglins to see if they actually spawned in the Nether Waste, which now I know they do. And I killed an Enderman and I got an Ender Pearl. And that was the end of episode 12. Later on, I went to go and put my... start of episode 13, I went to go put my notch apple in the item frame. Epic. Then I wrote a sign saying Dragon Wars Treehouse. And this goat liked me for some reason. And I dyed it green and put some squid ink on it, or was it glow ink? And it looked pretty cool. I started building Finn the Horse's Memorial again. This wasn't the final design, but it looked good for now. I did change it in the future. I went through my nether portal and it took me to a whole different new area, and it was actually a glitch. They did patch that, I think, and when I went back through the portal, it didn't take me back to my original portal. It took me somewhere like 100 blocks away from my base. It was a glitch. I just want to put that out, guys. It was a glitch. I think that's what the update was after that happened. Yeah, I spawned in a cave, so I have to dig up to the surface. And here we are again, traveling to try and get back home again. Oh my god, took a long time. And then in the horizon, there was my treehouse. I went back through the portal and it was fine. It's just, I think after that update they did patch it, so it's all fine. Went to go and trade with some piglins, and a ghast interrupted me. I went to try and find the warped forest again, but I couldn't, so I gave up and went home because I kept getting pounded by ghasts. Went to go do some trading with a piglin, and he actually gave me some ender pearls. He gave me 4, which is pretty cool. There they were. Oh wait, what? Oh, I thought he threw ender pearls. Okay, this next trade, I'm pretty sure, was ender pearls. Yep, that was right. The ender pearls, yeah. That was the end of the episode. Start off episode 14 and do some more trading. And I'm just going to tell you now, I kept going backwards and forwards in the nether, mining gold after gold, given I was so addictive in this episode of trading with the piglins. And I got a few ender pearls, not the most amount, but I got a few, and yeah, that's basically what I did the whole half the episode. As you can see, just me mining gold and crafting it into ingots. Imagine if the piglins knew I was just stealing their gold and trading it back to them. I do have this ghast battle, and I tried to do some ping pong, but I think the ghast almost killed me. Actually, I wasn't almost, but I did take a lot of damage and I just gave up and shot him. Went back to my house and combined my ender pearls and I had 9. Still need to do some more. Decided that I wanted to build Finn's memorial out of crying obsidian instead. And yeah, I wrote a sign and it says RIP Finn again, and that's his memorial. I went to go and mine some wood, and I managed to help an axolotl kill or drown, and it gave me an achievement, which is help each other or something, and the axolotl gave me some healing potion or whatever. I started constructing my enchantment table, and I decided that I wanted to be an enchanting pond. I made the floor out of copper because I think copper looks really cool. I extended the copper floor out a little bit and started to dig out the pond. Tried to fill it with water for ages, and then I finally did it. I decorated the area around the pond with some leaves, and I think it looked really good. I give you the enchanted pond. And this was basically it. I loved it. Level 30 enchantments. I went into the nether to try and get some glowstone, but I only managed to get 2 pieces. I went to go and place the glowstone down, and there's something I didn't know, which is very cool. I started placing bone meal, and these cool fans were like spawning. We must have been in some sort of warm area where they must have spawned, like a warm ocean or warm lakes or something. But yeah. And I put some lily pads down as well. And it was time to put the axolotls in. Here we were about to put the axolotls in the pond for the final more life thing. And here we are, my 2 axolotls, which I got like at part 1, you have to watch part 1 to see them. And yeah, it was it. Look at all the axolotls, they loved it. I'm really proud of the enchantment pond, it looked great. All the building achievements were finished. All I had to do now was the dragon, basically. I am telling you guys, you have to admit, axolotls must be the cutest Minecraft mod they've ever added. But anyway, that was the end of episode 14. At the start of episode 15, I wanted to get some stuff to enchant, and IKEA, for some reason, I didn't unsit her, but she somehow teleported up to my basement. Pretty scary. And then I just moved IKEA cat near the window, and it was all fine. I was just having a little look at my axolotls in here, as you can see. And I was going to tell you this bit because it is quite annoying. I enchanted some boots, and I got Feather Falling 2, and then I enchanted a book and got Feather Falling 2, and I combined it and got Feather Falling 3, I'll show you. Later on, before I done some merging with the boots, I went to go get some more levels in the nether by mining quartz. And tried to play some ping pong with the ghasps. And kept getting destroyed. I decided to put the anvil in the water. It would look quite like one of those decorations. It's Feather Falling 3. I looked in the enchantment table, and the next enchant was infinity, so eventually I had to grind my way up to level 30 again. But I went to ride Boney because I wanted to do some Netherite, to go and find some diamonds. And I forgot to show you this bit, guys, but I enchanted the book and got Fortune 3. So, and I put Fortune 3 on a pickaxe. Okay, I forgot to show you that bit. Sadly, Boney kept lagging in that, and the what's it called, the Respiration 2 wasn't really doing it. So I left Boney on the island temporarily, and I used a boat to go and find the village. Sorry guys, I miscalculated. I'm not going to find diamonds. I was going to find a coral reef, and I just was looking everywhere. Yeah, so I was looking for a coral reef, but yeah, you'll see how unsuccessful that is. And I managed to find some glow squids under the water as well. And the ruined portal under the water as well, pretty cool. But later on, I did find some diamonds under the ocean. I didn't have my fortune pick with me at the time, but I did find some diamonds under the ocean, which was pretty cool. I'm just looking for them right now, and there they were, juicy diamonds. It was 4 of them as well. And that was the end of the episode. To start off episode 16, I was exploring some of underwater caves, see if I could find any axolotls, but I couldn't. I just saw glow squids swimming around. There was a little like clip where I found like a load of glow squids in a cave, but for some reason, I don't know where it is, I can't find it, so yeah, sadly you're not going to see that. I managed to find the coolest ruined portal I have ever found. It looked incredible, and if I can just, yeah, the water was sort of glitched here, and if I look up, you'll see how cool it actually looks. It was the coolest ruined portal I've ever seen. I finally made it back to my axolotls and everything else. For some reason I went into the Nether. I don't know why I did. I think I went in there for some level grinding. Actually, I went into the Nether for level grinding and to trade with piglins. I threw a load of gold to some piglins, to this piglin, while I was mining quartz for XP. I had this awesome ghast battle with a ghast, as you can see. It was pretty epic. I just hit the fireball back in his face. I jumped back into the hole, after I killed this little magma cube. I jumped into the hole. It looks like he dropped 4 sets of ender pearls, and I looked in my inventory and I had 10, and if I put them all together I had 16, so I had enough ender pearls to fight to light the portal and find the stronghold. At some point, the white cat teleported up to my house as well, so yeah, as you can see here, I was preparing for a caving trip. I found a decent cave and I started exploring. You get the idea. I mined resources. I'm just going to show you all the diamond parts. Later on, I managed to find a pink axolotl. Also, I found a cyan one as well. I had a bit of trouble getting the pink one in the bucket just because it's a glitch. But yeah, that's all you need to know. I'm telling you, axolotls are very tricky, guys. I'm not even trying to lie. They're very tricky creatures. Also found a cool looking ravine. I still didn't have any diamonds though. Things were looking kind of weird, no diamonds, man. When later on, I managed to find some diamonds. Also, I found some emeralds and fortune mined them and got some emeralds as well. And fortune mined some gold as well. And what do you know? We have diamonds. Here we were. We had diamonds. And it was only 1. And there was a massive slime in the cave as well. And later on, I found my final vein of diamonds. And that put me at 29 diamonds, and that was the end of the episode. Actually, I do a bit more mining as well. After doing even more mining, I didn't find any more diamonds, but I did find a bit of gold in that, so that was the end of the episode. To start episode 17, I dug out the cave and started boating back home. Oh wait, this was the glow squid episode. I thought it was episode 16. Oh, this was the glow squid episode. You have to see this. Look at all, this is the most magical cave I've ever seen. When I got home, I went into the Nether and I grinded hard on levels and got to level 30. And then I placed my new axolotls in and I had all of them in, which looked super cool. They're all in there now. And my new cyan one, beautiful. And it was time to enchant my bow. And on my bow, I had infinity and power 4, incredible. I enchanted my armor with some like bad enchants, and the enchants weren't good at all really. I enchanted my sword and got a fire aspect on it, and that's really it. I had not that good armor, but I was basically ready for the dragon anyway. I went into my base and I started preparing for the dragon. Everything was coming. And finally, I set off with my full diamond armor and all my gear to go and find the stronghold. A lot of Eyes of Ender broke on the way, but eventually, I found the village and the stronghold was underneath. I dug into the stronghold and here I was. I got very unlucky. I could not find the end portal room. I was looking around and around and around, and I couldn't find anything I needed. I did find the library, but I said to myself, I'm not looting the library until after the Ender Dragon. It turns out that the mineshaft had the stronghold had a mineshaft glitched into it. It actually looked really cool, but at the time, I didn't like it. Look how crazy it looked. It looked absolutely crazy. And basically, as I was saying, basically I just looked around caves, the mineshaft, everywhere to try and find the end portal room, but I couldn't find it. Eventually, I just rage quit and ended the episode. At the start of episode 18, I explained to you guys that off camera, I looked carefully to try and find the end portal room. I'd done a bit of digging underneath the stronghold and I managed to find it. I'm just going to show me lighting the portal again because my TV sort of glitched out. So this is me lighting the portal again. You just saw it lit. I just want to show it to you again because it always looks cool when you press the final eye of Ender. But anyway, I was ready for the dragon and I was ready to jump in. Here I was, ready to jump in for the third time ever on YouTube. Third time ever on any of my series. Let's go in. Bang. When I got into the end, it was the crystals. I'm going to montage me just shooting all the crystals, because I think that'll be easier. Crystal 1. Crystal 2. Crystal 3. Crystal 4, I lost count. And I think you get the idea. I was just basically shooting crystals. The Ender Dragon shot a fireball and I clutched Ender Pearl and saved my life. After I got the final crystal, it was time to defeat the Ender Dragon once and for all. I was ready to take him out. I had my powerful bow this time. Last time it was power 3, this time I have power 4. And it was time for me to defeat the Ender Dragon yet again. As you can see, the Ender Dragon was in low health. And here I finished him off. The Ender Dragon is now defeated. There we are. The Ender Dragon is now defeated and I collected all the levels and yeah. Later on I remembered I didn't get the Ender Dragon egg and I was going to do it later on. And yeah, I had an Enderman on me and yeah, that's basically it. Okay guys, that was part 2. The final part is coming up. So I have done 18 episodes. The last, I know that I know guys that as you know, I've just summarized most of episode 18, but we still got quite a lot of episode 18 plus episode 19, which a lot happened in both of those episodes. So I don't think I have too much the rest of the time to summarize the other two, so I'm going to split it into one more episode. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you go watch part 1 if you haven't, and part 3 will be out soon. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be continuing to summarize my 1.17 Minecraft survival series. So if you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, turn this video off right now and watch those two first. So I summarized, in the last video I summarized all of the video, I summarized episode 10 up to episode 18, and because there's still a lot left of episode 18 and episode 19, I thought I have to split it into 3 parts. So I'm going to finish off episode 18 and 19, summarizing those, and then we're finished. So let's get into it. After defeating the Ender Dragon, I decided that I wanted to go into the Outer Islands to see if I got a good end spawn. As you can see, I was bridging over to the, the end portal thing, and yeah, I was just making it look all pretty and that, you know. You have to listen to my live commentary here, it's kind of funny. You have to listen to this live commentary, it's hilarious.
We can make this really reinforced. Give it more dirt, get some diorite, make it look pretty. Yeah, it's all pretty now.
Yeah, ignore that guys, diorite looks like bird poo, honestly. But anyway, when I got to the Outer Islands, I had a little look round, and yeah. And after having a proper little look around the area, I found an end city with an end ship right at spawn. I was hyped. I could get the Elytra. When I made it to the front of the end city, there were shulkers and endermen after me. My bow was 2 shot to the shulkers, so my bow was OP for shulkers. I found my first loot room. I was getting ambushed by shulkers, but once I dealt with the shulkers, it was free loot for the dragon warrior. I'm telling you now, guys, shulkers are super annoying. Oh my god, they just keep spraying you. Blech, blech. Made it into another loot room, as you can see. They'll shulkers shooting me around. They don't do too much damage to you. They just keep knocking you around with levitation. And yeah, and guess what? More loot for the dragon warrior. I just got some armor, enchanted armor, and some epic stuff. I was looking around the area, and I was bridging across to the other sections of the fortress, or the city, whatever you want to call it. As you can see, I wanted to walk into a loot room, but a shulker was guarding it. I'm telling you, these shulkers are no match for this OP bow. I should have named it something. But anyway, more loot for me. Watch this, guys. Are you ready? I'm the parkour master, yeah. I ran into another shulker, and look what I did to him. I just zoomed right into his eyes, yeah. I got into the final loot room pretty easily. I was just like opening the chest, just swapping armor around because I had some really good armor. And yeah, it was time for the end ship now, really. I finally made it to the end ship and started mining some blocks because I needed them. And yeah, here I was walking, and yeah, I took the potions and it was ready for the Elytra. And there was just one more boss, and it was the shulker. 2 shot with my bow, and I got the Elytra and some epic loot. Sky's the limit, baby. And some epic loot. Diamonds! I got the dragon head as well, obviously. And I flew back to the end return portal. And also got the dragon egg. And I was basically done. 64 levels. Things were looking extremely good. I was ready to go back to the overworld. And obviously I need to loot those libraries as well, so yeah. I dug out the stronghold because I wanted to go back to my original exit entrance so I can go and loot the libraries. And yeah. This drowned wanted a piece of me, so I opened the door up. To be a nice gentleman, and I killed him. Yeah, no drowns hurt me. After collecting some sugarcane and some gunpowder, I went back down to the stronghold to go and loot the library. The library had some pretty good loot in it, some cool books. Yeah, the first library had another floor, but the second one sadly didn't. But I got some okay books out of them anyway. I was about to fly out of the hole where I dug into it, but then I noticed that I had Curse of Binding on my chest plate, so I couldn't put my Elytra on. So the only way to get the Elytra on was to get the Curse of Binding off was for me to kill myself. So after I've drained all my levels, I had to kill myself so I can get the Curse of Binding off. So I have to die in the series, but it's really blurry right now. I don't know what it is. I'll be back in a minute. I went back down to the stronghold so I can jump back into the end portal and then jump through the end exit portal so I can teleport back to my spawn. When I got back home, I placed the egg on top of my furnace, and I placed the ender dragon head on top of my door area on the balcony. And I also enchanted a load of books until I was until I was basically drained out of levels. I got an Unbreaking 3 book and I put it on my Elytra, and then I put all my items in my chest, and I needed to kill myself to get the Curse of Binding stuff off me. Here I go. I'm dead. I got all my items back out of the chest and I went for my first proper flight. I got the Elytra on and I was ready to go for my first proper flight. I was very, very excited. Off I go. I flew up near my house and had a little look at it, and basically this is it. I just flew and yeah. At night time I did go and kill a couple of creepers, but to be honest you don't really need to see that. I made a shulker box so I could put all my netherite mining stuff in it. Later on I went to go do some exploring, see if I could find a coral reef, but when I was getting low on rockets I gave up and I went home. And finally, in any minute in the distance, you'll see the treehouse. Any second now. Home sweet freaking home. And that is, as the sun set, that is the end of episode 18. I took a nice little snooze looking at my notch apple, and we had one more episode to go. This has taken me like hours and hours to make this summary. I don't know if I want to ever do one of these again, but basically that is it. I got one more episode, probably my favourite episode. Oh my god, this has been one of the hardest videos I've ever had to make. I don't think I'll ever do one of these again. This might be the last summary I ever do, guys, because they are way too hard to do. They take way too long. And yeah, but anyway, let's move on to the final episode. The start of episode 19. I was trying to find a suitable spot to mine netherite. I dug down one bit, but it was near. I dug into a lava ocean. I dug down another bit, dug into a lava ocean, and finally I found a suitable place to mine netherite. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to montage it all. It took me about half an hour to get enough for a full set of netherite armor, so I'm just going to show you every bit I found. Actually, guys, I'm not going to show you every bit of netherite I mined, because I mined a lot. So I'm only going to show you like different chunks. I'm just going to show you a few explosions I did, and that a few cool little bits here and there. Actually, no, go on. Now I'll show all of them. First of all, I found a little bit mining some quartz, and then I found some when I was blowing up some TNT. There's some ones at lava there as well. Look at all that netherite you can see in your vision there, guys. It's amazing. So satisfying mining it. There's some more here as well. There's some more explosion. We had 8 right now, enough for half a set of netherite armor. And yeah, is this a dry patch or is this not? Oh, actually, yeah, we have some over there. See, guys, netherite is. I got really lucky. I don't know what it is with me, but I get really lucky. It's beautiful, man. There's some more. We did have a few dry patches where we didn't find any for a while. As you can see, look how satisfying it is to zoom with the spyglass. Before my last series when I did this, there was no spyglass. But yeah, a little dry patch for a while. Then I wanted to blow it up Python style, the way he used to do it. And I think this was it. I found the last bits I needed. I found one bit here. Later on, I blew up a bit of TNT. Sorry you didn't see that bit, and I found the last 2 remaining, and after that I had 16, and that was enough. I think earlier, I don't remember what bit it was, I got this really cool bow shot on a ghast. I don't think it was this bit. Nah, it wasn't this bit. I got this really cool bow shot on a ghast, I'm pretty sure. I think you may have missed it. It doesn't really matter anyway, guys, but yeah. I got 16 netherite. Let's get back home. When I got home, I put all my ancient debris in the furnaces and started smelting it. While I was waiting, I looked at my notch apple in the item frame. Epic. I moved the dragon egg inside and put it on one of those redstone blocks so its mouth could continuously move. I made IKEA Cat a little sitting area on diamond blocks, which looked pretty cool. And after a long time, I managed to get a full set of netherite armor. First time ever in survival, and I got a really cool achievement as well, like a gold trophy. But anyway, this is it.
I'm dying when I do the jumping off with MLG Warbox. It's time. Bang, 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 bang. Fully stacked. Netherite.
As you can see, I looked epic. I hope I didn't mess up the summary. I think I may have done it. I don't know if I did, but look at how cool I look. But there's only one thing. I have to put this armor to good use in a raid, and that's exactly what I do. It is time for me to fly to the village and start the raid. I'll summarise the raid as quick as possible, guys, and then that will be the end of the series. I am so close. I've been doing this for over, I've been doing this for over like 3 or 4 hours. Oh my, I'm never doing a summary again. I cannot do one again. And I also do fly over Boney the horse, which I left, and I said to him that,
Boney, I'm coming back for you. I will come back for you, okay, I promise.
See, after the raid, I come back for Boney. You'll see later on. I land on the pillager outpost with my full set of netherite armor, and I go down looking for the pillager captain. I want the pillager captain's life, so I can do the raid. I kept seeing loads of pumpkin men, which are Reginald's. If you watch, you know who he is. If you watch a YouTuber, and then It is time. The Reginalds pointed me in the direction of the Pillager Captain. I was just testing out my armour, and they were doing no damage to me. It was time to kill the Pillager Captain. The raids took a long time just because I couldn't find the raiders, so were in caves. So I was going to say it took me a long time to find the raiders because they're all spawned in caves. So yes, yeah. Anyway, I equip my Elytra and fly over to the village. As you can see, I'm about to approach the village and the raiders in the start. I'm going to summarise tiny little bits in each wave. There's 4 waves if it's on normal mode, so it is about to start. Let's do this. I am ready. A full netherite armor, we can do this, right? Yeah. It was time for the raid to happen. There was pillagers everywhere and I needed to take them out one by one. The intense music rolls in. It took a while, but I managed to find the last raider eventually. It turns out it was just hiding in the trees. I think he was scared of the netherite. Like, after killing the last raider, the second wave started. The Vindicators were out, which were doing half a heart of damage to me. They were nothing. And yeah, that was the second wave done. I told you I'm only going to show you little parts of it. And yeah, the third wave was coming. It was time for the Ravager, the most powerful beast. The Ravager was nothing. He could do no damage to me. My armour was way too strong for anyone to deal with. Here I was. I got close to death because of poison, but luckily I was fine. And after a long time, I destroyed the last raider, which took me ages. That stupid witch. She was hiding, and oh my god, what is them with hiding when I got the netherite armour? But the final wave was upon us. I'll show you a lot more this wave, yeah. I'm kind of, yeah, I don't think I'm going to upload these videos tonight. I watched them all back before I upload them, but oh my blimmin' god. This raid was kind of difficult though. The wave started when I had no health. There was nothing could stop me. I was powerful. The Ravager approached me, but he died, and so did the rider. Another Ravager came after me. I already killed the Evoker, by the way. I just bowed him. It's nothing special. It doesn't matter if you didn't kill the Evoker. I just shot him down like he was a pillager. Me and the Ravager had a big battle, and I picked up the Totem of Undying after killing the beast. Here we are. I hope it's gonna come soon. But I had this really rubbish crossbow battle with this pillager. If it was a couple waves back, I'll still show it to you. So there's 2 mobs remaining. I think the last one was a Vindicator. I think and then there's one with a Pillager. I'm pretty sure. I've got some enchanted books as well. On my armor, guys, I don't know if you know what's on my armor. I've got like protection 4. If you want to know what's on my netherite armor, you have to watch the last couple. You have to skip along on the actual series to see. Okay, so anyway, okay, it turns out it was a couple waves back. So after I have ended off this raid. I try to do like a trick shot on that. I will show you the pathetic crossbow fight I had with a pillager. It's funny. I basically ended it with an axe. Nothing too special. And there, yeah, I'll show you that pathetic crossbow fight, and then we'll carry on with the summary. We're almost finished. Okay, this was the pathetic crossbow fight. Listen to this.
Give you a free shot, come on. Try and hit me. Oh, we both missed. We're both idiots, aren't we? Oh, we both missed. You're clearly the better shooter out of the 2 of us. I don't even hit shot. But you just kill yourself anyway, because my armor's way too good.
But anyway, that was the raid, and yeah. I fly back to Boney, and yeah, I'm going to play the live commentary for a little bit, okay, when I find him, okay? It's just kind of funny. I kind of do a little bit of roleplay here. Anyway, I find Boney, and I take him home.
You are Boney. Wait, what happened to me? Why am I all amazing? Because I have done the series, Boney. Wait, what happened? I have officially done with the series, Boney. It's me, yeah. Wait, what? You don't believe it's me? I'm sorry I have to leave you here, Boney. I told you I'll come back. And we're going to end the episode, guys. So basically what I'm going to do, this is Respiration 3. We are going to go home, and we are going to end the series.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, I rode the horse underwater. If you didn't know if you could do this, you could actually ride bone horses underwater. And yeah, I'll just cut until we get home. So when we got back, I wanted to do a little tour of the area because just in case you guys weren't familiar, so we had baby poop with a cat. I was just showing you the area. So basically, I'll just do my own commentary here. We got my beautiful place. As you can see, the copper was sort of weathering. We've got my axolotls here. This is not the live commentary. This is just me commentating. I want this one. The summary's almost over. I can't believe I'm not doing any more summaries. I don't think. This is burning my living internal organs out. But I was just showing you around. I will pause until I move around different parts and that because. Yeah, I put some end rods down as well. I forgot to mention that. There's a lot of stuff which I may have forgotten to mention in the series, but to be honest with you, I think I've done well considering that I haven't watched this back. But anyway, I showed my enchanting area there, I showed my memorial and my nether portal. You saw the memorial anyway, and that I showed that that turquoise block done, and that was that copper block I placed on episode 8 or something. I don't freaking remember, but. Yeah, I had a really cool ending to the series as well. We are almost finished, guys. I've been doing this for hours, and I hope I haven't made any mistakes. 3 parts, like I predicted. That sign said Dragon Wars Treehouse. Oh my god, this has been long. Yeah, and I just basically was very proud of this world. I just showed around. If you haven't had a good look at my treehouse, the summary's been kind of clunky in that. You'll see, and the cats were named IKEA Cat, Baby Poo Poo Belgium. I don't even remember. But I think it's probably on my screen. That's the heat thing. I don't know. It shouldn't happen honestly. But yeah. Here we are. Just showing you around. And I was going to do the MLG water bucket. And I got that skeleton head, as you know, from the Charge Creeper. If you watched all the parts. And yeah, I was just showing you all around. My notch apple. And yeah, I did a really cool ending to the series. I have to split this video into 3 parts. It's been really annoying, but I never want to do a summary again, honestly. I do not ever want to do a summary again. And I got my attic area, if you never saw it. You'll get a good look at my house from the outside. But anyway, that is basically it. Epically. I was just showing you some stuff. This is some stuff in the chest. I hope you can see it well, guys. And yeah, the series is almost over and the summary as well. This wasn't quite height limit, but I used 2 stacks of netherrack to build up and try an MLG water bucket. This is my live commentary. You're going to see a better look at my house as well.
Some bread. We're going to do this. Limit, but it is something. Let's get the MLG water bucket. I have a little look what things look like. Look at my house. You can see it from its full potential now. It looks awesome. Then you got that down there. Beautiful. Look at that. I like how I did that. Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Whoa. Yeah.
I just sounded like that grandpa from Granny Smith. Listen again. Okay, guys. I'm gonna play this ending. This is everything now of the summary. I'm gonna play the ending to you, like the end part. I've done a really cool outro to the series, but I'm gonna do my outro first. So guys, listen, if you haven't, I'm not gonna post them tonight, I'll post them tomorrow, but you need to watch all 3 of these, okay? These took me ages. I've been sitting there for like 4 hours, and these videos may be like 20 minutes each or half an hour, but I have to flick through everything. It's been hard. If I've missed anything, don't dislike the video. Please like and subscribe. Everything. This has been very difficult. I'm not sure if I'll do a summary again. My 1.18 series, I'll make sure it's short. Anyway, I like to give myself a chance. If this turns out good, I'll be happy. But anyway, guys, peace out. Enjoy the live commentary at the end. It will be epic, okay? So, enjoy it.
Here we are. It's time. Okay, that actually looks awful. Look at that. But anyway, that is going to be the end of today's series. We are going to get some music playing in the background. Some music playing in the background. Where is it? Minecraft music. Here we are. So you ready? Final episode music. So this is it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this series. It's been a long series, 19 episodes, so all 9 episodes more than the original. how I'm going to do the summary is I'll do it in different parts. There'll be like 2 or 3 parts. You can see the dragon egg in there, look. That's hilarious. Hello, IKEA cat. This is it. The Epic series. Yeah. So I'll see you guys next time, I guess. In another video. Full set Neverite armor. Here we are. Have a bit of bread. That's it, guys, so goodbye. That is the end, guys, so goodbye. Here we are. We've completed the series, definitely, and we'll be back for 1.18. Goodbye.